Alright. I... That... I... That... Did that fix it? Hold on a second, wait. Did that do it? Did that fix it? I think that might have done it. I think I figured it out. Oh my god, that was so bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, you have no idea what I did wrong. I had to reconfigure my stuff to like do those videos recently, and I must have like changed my audio settings for the live stream by accident. Yeah, so if you there are like multiple different recording tracks. So for the video, I separated my audio tracks out, but for some reason, like the stream audio, like that impacts like the audio channel that the stream gets pushed out onto. I didn't realize that when I separated out all my audio tracks. Yeah, so like basically it was still working. That's why I was like, oh my god, it's working. Like what, why can't you hear me? It's because I don't know what I'm doing. That's always the answer. Rain scuffed it. Oh, goodness. All right, so now I could do this properly. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I hope everybody had a really good weekend. Let me go from the top. I saw Nikki here first. Then I saw Landon. Then I saw Raven. Then I saw Snow Owl. And then I saw Thomas. And then I saw Gombik. So good morning to all of you. Now I'm all cut up. Oh, Lemon Zest just popped in as well. Hiya, cutie. How's everybody doing? Oh my god, that was freaking me out. You should have heard me. Well, I mean, you couldn't have because my microphone was all messed up. But you should have heard me back here. Boom, suddenly a cow. I see you there, kitty. I saw the update for Vox Libre. I'm really excited about it. I haven't had a chance to really dig into anything with that yet, but I have plans to do that. Actually, that was like a big thing that I wanted to do today on live stream, was just kind of go over some of the things that I'm going to be doing on the channel. I've had some time to think about it, like kind of like come to some conclusions on like how I'm going to approach my content going forward. I figured I'd just share it all with you here on live stream. Just makes it easier. But first, before we get into all of that, how was everybody's weekend? I want to know what you all up to. Did you do anything fun? Did you go out anywhere? Did you see anything? Did you eat anything interesting? I'm very much interested in what you were up to this weekend. As for myself, I spent a majority of this weekend kind of just like working on content. That's pretty much what I do every weekend. I work. You got a job! Congratulations! We're gonna drop some head pats for Snow Owl for getting some work. I just finished writing my book. Oh my goodness, congratulations. All right, you are going to get, we'll do hugs. We'll do hugs for Landon. And we did head pats for Snow Owl. There we go. Me and my girlfriend bought a house. Finally, no apartment. Oh my goodness, everybody has amazing news this morning. All right, I'm doing hearts for that one. And Raven, you get lots of hearts. Oh my gosh, everybody's got amazing news. Thank you, High Priest of Mycenaean God? Wait, Greeks? I almost said gods. Alright, I shouldn't elevate myself that high. That'd be quite a promotion. Oh, I have not had coffee. I said I was gonna make coffee, but then I was really exhausted still, because I've been working on that video, video stuff all weekend. So I didn't make coffee. I decided I was gonna get this energy drink called Bucked Up Energy, and it's a sour gummy worm energy drink. And it's as awful as it sounds. It's really bad. I hate it. This was a terrible decision. I should have just stuck with Monsters, but I was like, ooh, Rainbow Can. Hi, Zookeeper. No, you're not late. You're just on time. Whenever you decide to show up is exactly the right time to be here. Oh, I know that one. It's disgusting. It's really bad. See, I didn't buy this, though. Somebody bought it for me. And they're like, it's got rainbows on it. Your name is Rain. You'll like this, right? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Give it to me. You know, beggars can't be choosers. I would love gummy. So it's not... It's like the worst part of the gummy worm experience, though, right? Like, it's not even the good part of the sour for me, and it's not even the good part of the candy flavor. It just feels like some sort of weird, like, doppelganger that shouldn't exist. I can't describe it. It's really quite an experience, though. Not the most horrible thing, but, like, I would not buy one of these. Like, I would definitely not be getting one of these again. Uh-oh, there goes my sponsorship for Bucked Up Energy. Whoops. Shot myself in the foot again. Oh, well. Hey, you Raven, you got it. You got it. You know what I'm talking about there. Yes, it's like this like toxic lemon flavor. I can't really explain it. It's just, and like the thing is too is I've been nursing it. I don't even really want to drink it, right? So the more warm it gets, the worse it gets. I've got like a quarter of the can left. Cracks open a white monster. It's been a while since I've had one of the white monsters. I still like the Viking berry the most. Plus 67k XP. I mean, it'll definitely give you a... Wait, did you pick 6-7 for the 6-7 joke? Wait a second, I just fell for that. Yummy, warm energy. I know, it's so bad. This is like becoming like quickly super, super disgusting. I mean, I've had a warm Viking berry before too, and it's not that bad. But like, I think the difference is that the Viking berry is made with real sugar, and this one is like 0 sugar, and it's supposed to be low calorie. Has 0% juice in it, which is a thing. The serving size is 1 can, and apparently there's 5 calories, but I'm still trying to figure out where the calories come from. I think it comes from the 1 gram of carbohydrates, but like it doesn't make any sense because I'm looking at the nutrition label right now, right? I'm actually reading this nutrition label, and like they have these subcategories, right? So it's total carbohydrates, 1 gram, which equates to apparently 0% of the total volume of the can, but whatever. But apparently it doesn't have any dietary fiber, no sugar in it, and no added sugars, but apparently there's still 1 gram of carbohydrates in here mysteriously. I hate the nutrition labels. Like, this doesn't give me any real information about what this is. I am a furry and cute. Ooh, woo, Rain. No, wait, I've never said that. You're misappropriating that quote. I would never admit to being cute. Or being a furry. I'm not a furry. Hashtag not a furry. I'm a cat girl. Meow. This morning. Oh shit, I haven't started my Ko-Fi goal yet. We need a new name for the month. What are we in? We're in August. What's something fun that we can associate with August? Meow, so cute. The internet destroyed itself. I don't. I mean, I don't think I have that many powers. Listen, I know I'm becoming more powerful, but I don't think I'm that powerful. Now I'll never know if she makes sourdough. I do. Well, I don't. My mom does. She's been trying to teach me for like a couple months now, and I still haven't picked it up. Julius Caesar Augustus. What was I was watching some sort of Rome thing this morning when I first woke up. Well, gayest August. There we go. Wait, why is August the gayest month? Gayest? Alright, I like the directions we're going in, but we gotta I think we can elevate it, right? Like, I think if we put our minds together, we can come up with something truly amazing. Wait, you got married to your girlfriend? Wait, you can't call her your girlfriend anymore. Wait, wait, I didn't even know you were engaged. You got married? I'm so confused by that. I feel like you skipped an entire step there. Marcus Aurelius Augustus. Yay, my wife now. Oh my goodness, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I hope you two have a lovely life together. Here, I'm gonna put hearts. That's the most appropriate. Hearts and hugs. You know, here's the thing too. I'm actually a registered minister. I could have officiated your wedding, you know? I'm not even joking either. I'm actually already married. Like, I've already done a wedding before. It was a trans wedding. It was great. We went to Hawaii to get married because gay marriage in Japan is illegal. That I actually wasn't aware of. I didn't know that. That's a new fact for me. I'm glad you went to Hawaii, though. That sounds fun. I hope you go to Valhalla. I hope that's where I go too. I don't know, like the traditional afterlife that they keep painting for me doesn't sound that great. It's like, what do you do all day? It's like you sit in the clouds and you watch like living people do their lives, and it's like, I don't want to do that. Can we do something else? It's like anything else. I just finished Disco Elysium? Credo, welcome to the stream. Oh my goodness, cutie. I almost didn't notice that was you saying that. You can pardon what I had to say on social media yesterday. Definitely need to work on how I phrase things sometimes. Oh my God. I just piggybacked on that without fully like reading or understanding what it was that you posted. And then when I reread it back, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I replied like that. Hydrate, cuties. That is right. Nikki is right. All the cuties have to hydrate, except for me. I'm not cute. Have you heard of Survive the Jive? I have not. Actually, you know what? That would be a fun name for the goal. What do you think? Survive the Jive. Yeah, I haven't been able to watch the streams because of vacation time zones, but I've seen your post, Lamau. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad you're able to keep up a little bit. I'm doing videos now, Credo. I don't know how much you're into the gaming content on this channel, but I am really trying now to get one video out per week. So far, so good, though. So far, so good. We've been making a lot of progress with that. I think I found the rhythm. I think I found the right rhythm. Everyone has freedom of speech over here. That's correct. Wait, I don't know where you live. Actually, maybe I should be careful. I wouldn't mind having an extra ace spectator. So what I was really trying to imply there is like when I go to those types of posts, like when I see something that's content warned on my like timeline, I usually like I read the timeline, like the content warning, and it'll be like, this post contains beep 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 beep, and I'm like, but does it really contain all those things? I have to know for science. So then I open it, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, that was pretty much exactly as advertised. They just go ahead, just close that back up, and then you just like kind of leave like a cheeky reaction on the post. By the way, Rain, did you see my comments on... I did. I saw, like, wait, one of them before I fell asleep last night. Because I'm going to be real with you. I finished that video, and then I passed the hell out. Viola, welcome to the stream. It's for science, Credo, I promise. Just for science. You believe me, right? Okay, actually, so I made a post on social media yesterday, right? And I was like, oh my God, you guys are going to be like, you guys are going to think something else. I ended up having to cut all the naughty jokes out of the thing, though, because I reread YouTube's rules about content creation, and I decided that joke was a little too on the line to publish. I ended up having to cut it out of the video. It was really funny, though. I might upload a like unedited version somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to put it on YouTube. The reason why is like I don't think I'm going to get in trouble for it. What I don't want is the video to get age restricted, because if it gets age restricted, nobody can see the video. Rain, make sure to take your meds. Actually, that was a great reminder because I completely forgot to do that this morning. No, how will we survive? Well, that's the thing. I'm thinking about doing like a members only thing. Like, because like if it's a members only thing, I think they can't age restrict it. Or even if they did age restrict it, it's still members only content. So it's like, it's fine, right? So that's what I'm thinking about doing is like publishing an updated version that's not only longer, has more content in it, right? So it actually has like multiple runs that we did. So it'll have like another like quote unquote second quest in it, and that also will have the jokes that I ended up cutting from the film. Maddie, welcome to the stream. Hello, can't stay long, but I'm here for now. It's so good to see you, kitty. How you been? How is Mew? Meow. I've been doing lots of yeah lately. It's becoming like part of my regular vocabulary. I'm kind of worried that one of these times I'm going to be talking to my mom. I'm just going to be like, yeah. She's going to be like, what the hell was that? Rain, can you tell Mama Anna I'm married? I will pass the news along to her. She probably can hear it already. I'm a frickin' loudmouth. You kidding me? My voice like booms through half the house, even with the door closed. I really need to get more of those soundproofing pads in here. Hiya, kitties. I'm doing meh. Was about to art, but literally the microsecond I opened up Krita, I got called to babysit puppies. I mean, here's the thing, though. I understand that you won't be able to do your art and you're getting all excited about that. But it is puppies. It is puppies. Glass half full here. You are babysitting puppies. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's also pretty adorable, right? The only thing that would make that better is if you had to babysit kittens. Oh my god, that'd be even better for me. I'd be like, yes, I'll watch your kittens. Oh my god, I'll watch them all day. I'll watch them for free. Just let me come over and play with the kitties. Also, Rain, what's your opinion on eugenics? Have you seen Gulatina from that game yet? I have not played that game yet. So I don't have an opinion yet. I've seen some of it. I'm thinking about playing it on the channel soon. Quote unquote soon. Soon. Quote unquote soon. Oh god, I'm so bad at this. But yeah, I do plan to play it eventually on this channel. Yeah, it's kind of an unfortunate name for that game, isn't it, Layden? Landon? Oh my god, why do I keep saying Layden? You know, don't feel too bad because Baytran used to come here and I used to call him B-Tran for like ever, and then eventually he spoke up and he's like, you know, there's a Y in my name, right? I told you she might be even listening again. Like I said, I'm a loudmouth. You gotta be careful. You tell me secrets on the live stream. Like, if I say them out loud, anybody in like a, I don't know, 20-foot radius is probably gonna find out. It's like, Rain, I have a secret for you. I'm gay. And it's like, you're gay? Oh, goodness. Bujit, welcome to the stream. It's so good to see you. Wait, do you want me to call you Bouge from now on? Because I keep calling you Bujit, but, like, I don't think that's... Now that I'm reading that, I don't think I've been calling you by the right name. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Wow, the chat is, like, flying off the hook. That or I'm just being really, like, really bad about keeping up with that. Rain, I'm a lesbian. I hate to break the news to you, too, about all of this, but I'm also a lesbian. Actually, I've been thinking about that a lot recently. I might actually be pansexual, but, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. CT, welcome to the stream, cutie. How you doing this Monday morning? I hope you had a good weekend. I'm trying to make pita bread. That sounds amazing. Eugenics name is actually very on point. It's about cat eugenics. I mean, I'm not disputing the accuracy of the title. It's just, it's an interesting name for an interesting game. I am definitely gay. I am super gay. I'm like the gayest thing since sliced bread. And you're probably asking yourself, wait, why is sliced bread so gay to begin with? And it's like, well, don't you feel happy slicing into like your first slice of fresh bread? Wait, Mr. Scarp, 22 months. Wait, this will be my last message from this account. I was gonna say, I'm like, wait, I thought you like changed over to Crazy Krita. 22 months, holy crap. That's 2 months away from being 2 years. Okay, we gotta do extra. We gotta do hugs. That is dedication on a different level. Oh my goodness. I gotta stop drinking this disgusting ass energy drink. Oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. I might have been stung by a wasp when I was trying to sleep, but I'm not entirely sure. Thomas, I've got a hilarious story about getting stung by a wasp in the middle of the night for you. Okay, so this happened before my accident. I was sleeping on the couch one morning, right? And you all know I get up really, really obnoxiously early in the morning. So it was like 2:30 in the morning. And I'm like, I get up and I'm just like sitting on the couch and I'm just drinking my water. It's completely like pitch black in the house, right? So I can't see anything, right? So I'm just sitting there like just gulping some water, like pretty much not even fully awake yet. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I feel this sharp sting go into the back of my neck multiple times. And it took me by such surprise that when I jumped up, I tripped over the coffee table and basically like forward flipped over the coffee table and like slammed onto the ground. It was a complete disaster. And the person I was living in woke up immediately and they're like, what the hell happened? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Something just got me. It got me in the neck. I had a huge welt on my shin the size of a golf ball. I kid you not, for like 2.5 weeks. It was awful. So anyways, now I'm like really paranoid. Now I'm glad I have long hair because like it covers the back of my neck. So now I can't like just get randomly like attacked in the back of the neck by a wasp in the middle of the night. I don't know what happened there. Apparently it was like just there and like I guess me getting up like pissed it off or like whatever. I don't even know what I did to trigger it.
Lemon Zest gave me a chance and made Ame dance.
Oh my goodness, Lemon Zest! Thank you so much, cutie! Everybody had pats in the chat for Lemon Zest. I guess it was a good thing I didn't update the goal yet because you just polished it off. So now I can officially reset the goal. Wasps are, they absolutely are. I have no chill for wasps. I like bees. I like bumblebees. They're fine. But like hornets, wasps, any of those like really nasty ones, I don't. They're not even pollinators. They just eat garbage, as far as I'm aware. Extra head pats to Lemon Zest. I'm gonna go over to Ko-Fi, see what they wrote. Okay, Ko-Fi. You did it! You reached your goal! I sure did. Okay. Woo! Cow magic! Cow magic. Once again to finish off a goal. Thank you so much, cutie. Moo. There we go. I'll leave a little heart at the end. Thank you, Lemon. That was so cute. Thank you so much. That was really generous. I feel like you calculated exactly what you needed to get to 101% and donated exactly that.
ZT Style gave me a chance and made Ame dance.
Oh my goodness, ZT, thank you. All right, head pats in the chat for ZT as well. Like, you guys are all being so generous this morning. You know, I haven't even started the new goal yet. All right, let me go ahead and see what ZT said. This is to at least somewhat counter the wasps. Head pats always make a wasp sting feel better. Thank you, CT. That was adorable. I appreciate it as always. Okay, all right. I guess I really should update the goal now. Hold on. I gotta rename it. I gotta give it a new name. What was that name that I was thinking about? Oh, crap. I completely forgot. I'm so inept sometimes. I did calculate. I knew you did. I was looking at the amount. I was like, this seems like a calculated move. Wasps are just aggressive by default. They don't really need a reason to attack. All right, we need a final name for the goal for August. Survive the jive. There we go. There we go. I like that. I like that. Let's do survive the jive. We need a cute little emoji to go with it, though. Survive the jive. All right, we'll get rid of the that one. I don't know. What would be... We'll do a rain cloud, I guess, maybe? No, that doesn't make any sense. What about a heart? No, no, no. I know. The sweating face with the sweating face. Yes, with the smile. No, don't do that. What are you doing? No. Okay. There we go. I got it. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, I can include shop sales. Oh, that's cool. Oh, so they... Oh, so the commissions go towards the goal amount. That is actually really cool. Okay, I didn't know Ko-Fi did that. Yay! So if you commission me, that goes towards the monthly goal, too. Wait, oh, crap. I'm supposed to reset the whole goal. Wait. Start a new goal. Edit goal. Crap, I messed this up. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right, start a new goal. There it is. Start. Yay! Okay, now it's reset. Sorry about that. But special thanks to ZT and Lemons Ass for helping me finish off the last one. Y'all get extra head pats for that. Okay, now I'm back paying attention to the chat again. I'm sorry. Scuffed it. I always scuff it. I scuff everything. You kidding me? Have you seen my videos? It's not a Linux stream without troubleshooting. Oh my god. I was talking to somebody about some of the, like, stuff that I do to my own, like, Linux mint install, and it's like, I have destroyed my own distro so many times doing, like, stuff I probably shouldn't in the terminal. I'm really bad about it. You really shouldn't leave me alone unattended with, like, multiple instructions and command lines that I could put into the terminal, because I will just start going, ooh, what does that do? Ooh, what does that do? Ooh, what does that do? And somebody's like, well, why didn't you just do a virtual machine for that? And I'm like, that would have required foresight, planning, knowledge, you know, the things regular people do before they do these things. The itself is part of my username. It will remain all the way from the time I went by it's it. So do you like that I call you Bougit? Or should I do Bougit or Bougit? Or should I just say the full thing? Or should I just go with Bouge? Or would you like Bougie? Bougie is actually kind of a cute nickname, though it does imply that you're, like, very fancy. Because that's like what you would say. It's like, ooh, that's very bougie. Bourgeois. Oh, just like me, I've accidentally deleted my entire hard drive once. I was in one time, I was messing with like my Bash RC, and I was like doing a bunch of stuff with that, and that messed me up one time, and I couldn't figure out how to get it like reset back to normal, so I just ended up reinstalling Linux Mint over it. This was back when I first did it install. Like, now I know better. Now I know how to like recover from these things.
ZT Style gave me a chance and made Ame dance.
Oh my goodness, ZT! Getting the new goal started off. Head pats for you, cutie. I'm gonna go over to Ko-Fi and see what they had to say. Another anti-wasp donation. I mean, apparently we need as much anti-waspness as possible around here. I didn't get a chance to even read through all the stories, but I've been seeing them in the chat. I saw Anna post hers, and it's like, oh god, y'all have had some bad experience with wasps, huh? I'm not the only one who's had a tangle with a wasp in the middle of the night. You got stung, right? By a wasp? Wait, what did I say? I don't even know what I said. Did I say something inappropriate again? Silly me. I'll take all the anti-venom I can get, kitty. Thank you for starting off the month. Oh, you know what? I typed moth, but you know what? I'm gonna go with it because it's cute and it's relevant. There you go. Thankfully, I have not ever been stung by a wasp, though they do look quite scary. The difference between a wasp and a bee sting is that a wasp will bite, not only bite you, but like their stinger doesn't remove from themselves, so they will sting you multiple times. Whereas, like, a bee will kind of do the same thing. They'll bite you, and then they'll sting you, but the stinger gets removed after the first sting. Does anybody watch the Moth Radio? Well, you can't watch the Moth Radio Hour. Anybody listen to the Moth Radio Hour? Anybody here, like, listen to any public radio? Please don't tell me I'm the only one. I had somebody get into my car not too long ago, and the, like, public radio station turned on right away. And their first comment to me was like, wow, you're really aging yourself, aren't you? And I'm like, shut up! You're in my car! I get to listen to whatever I want! Yeah, I know. I'm one of those people. I forgot radio existed. I love listening to public radio. Radio, I'm not old enough for that. Oh, come on, really? I used to listen to the radio all the time growing up. I used to record songs off the radio onto a cassette tape. I've even mixed, I've even made a mixtape from, like, radio songs. I've done that. It's like, I know that's so cliche, but like that's, you know, hey, before you had downloading MP3s, they, you know, we had to get creative about how we stole our music, okay? My father plays a weird misogynistic radio call-in station about relationships. That sounds like a terrible show. Though technically this is like kind of a talk show, isn't it? I mean, you're all technically quote-unquote calling in, and I'm just like reading your commentary. Radio? What's that? Oh no, just ones and zeros. Welcome to the stream, cutie. Rain, I have a picture of my cat, Anna, with her kittens. I'd love to see it. Rain, the radio house could be interesting. A lot of people have told me, and this was before I even came out, before I even started the channel. They used to tell me, you'd like be like, you have a really great voice for radio. Have you ever thought about like getting into radio and broadcasting? And I like always my reply back to them would be like, so you're telling me I'm ugly? like you've got a great face for radio, Rain. Yes, you're tuned into 100.5 AM radio. It'd have to be like a blues jazz station or a bluegrass station. That would be cool. Even back then, they actually downloaded their music. Please save yours. That Spotify subscription ain't saving you from an internet shutdown. Thankfully, I do have a majority of my music saved. Though I have been kind of bad recently. There has been some newer music I've been listening to on like YouTube Music. But usually I go above and beyond and save it onto an MP3 player because I hate getting like disturbed when I'm working on things. I've got a great face for radio. Don't worry, Crazy Krita, you're in good company. I've got an amazing face for radio and live streaming. I've got a great face for VTubing. Cute Girl Radio, floating away today. It's so good to see you, cutie. Meow. Meow. Okay. So, a couple of things I did want to go over real quick, just about like what my upcoming plans are and stuff like that. Rain, if you want to see them, it's in Fluffy Friends, and you can name them if you want. You're giving me far too much power, Raven. Okay, I'm going to name the first one Icky, and the second one Stick. I'm just kidding. Do not let me name things. I will come up with ridiculous names. I mean, come on. I named myself after the frickin' weather. Okay, real quick, though. Let me go over, like, what I'm planning on doing. Like, what's the plan? Rain? Because, like, you suddenly and mysteriously took, like, 4 days off from live streaming and doing stuff with us. And some of us were like, where did Rain go? And it's like, don't worry, I was here the entire time. I had a migraine for, like, 3 days straight. It was really bad last week. Obviously, not usually in the mood to interact with people at a high level. Like, I can't come on live stream. Even if I've got, like, a small migraine, I can't come on live stream. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't make content. I can't work on my art commissions, right? I can't do it. I can't do anything. That's the worst part about having a migraine. It's not like being, like, a little bit sick where it's like I've got the sniffles and a cough, right? And it's like, well, I can kind of, like, suck it up and get a little bit of, like, this or that done, right? When I have a migraine, the only thing I could do is just sit there and have a migraine and, like, maybe, like, shed a few tears down the side of my eyes because it hurts so bad. And then that's it. That's all I do is I just lay there and I just wish that the migraine didn't exist anymore. So, that was the reason why I, like, pretty much pulled all the streams from, like, I think we only just did the Monday stream, and then I just didn't do the streams the rest of the week. Breaking news, a local/weather user is suspected for a long-distance murder. If there was a plan, if wouldn't be in the range. Oh my God, I don't plan anything. Can you tell? All right, that's not true. I actually plan a lot of things. They just go awry like every single time I do them. We shut down with migraines. We can't function. Chronic. That's basically how I was. Like, and like, it's almost like having like a splinter behind my eye. That's the best way I could explain it. I can't, like, it's like this throbbing splinter. It feels like somebody shoved like a thin piece of wood, like, in my brain right behind my eye. I can't focus on anything. All I can think about is like just my head pounding right behind my eyeball the entire time. And then the eye that it's behind, which is my right eye, is tearing the entire time because it's like so, like, annoyed by like the surrounding pain. And there's like nothing wrong with my eye. It just like my freaking migraine hurts. That's it. I'm not even crying. It's not like I'm crying and sobbing about like how bad my migraine hurts. It just happens. It's like nonstop tearing of that eye too, which gets really bad because then like all my skin gets irritated from like it constantly watering. I don't know if anybody gets migraines like that, but that's my experience with migraines. I hate them. Oh my God. I'm sorry if this is going to be annoying, but I need to turn the fan on in my room or I'm going to die. I'm seriously, like, I think I might have a heat stroke. Okay, all right. I'm not seriously going to have a heat stroke. But that's what it feels like will happen if I don't turn the fan on. So if you hear the background noise, I'm sorry. I need to have the fan on or I'm going to be dead. Oh my God, that's so much better. Holy crap. It's already 80 degrees in my room and it's only like 8:40 in the morning. It's going to be a hot day today. Okay. All right, so actually to the thing that I wanted to talk about. So going forward on the channel, I have decided on a couple of different ways that I'm going to approach my content that I feel is like going to be the best fit because I've taken a look at my YouTube analytics. I've taken a look at like what type of live streams are popular, like what people really like to watch, what people are really interacting with and engaging with on the channel. Right. And what I have noticed is that more often than not, the chatting live streams do better than any of my other like content that I live stream. And it's not to say that I won't do other types of live streams going forward. But here's my thoughts on it. As far as my energy is concerned, doing something like this, having a chat with the community for several hours is a much easier thing for me to do than it is to play a game on live stream or to juggle like having like 2 or 3 other people on the live stream at the same time, right? And then playing a game with them as well and like doing multiplayer games, then trying to read the chat and keep up on top of that, right? It's a lot of work to do something like that. And this is not to say that I won't do gaming live streams, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my live streaming content a little bit more casual going forward. So probably drawing and chatting and like easygoing things going forward for the live streaming content, which makes a little bit more sense, I think, for as far as a live stream is concerned. And then gaming content, I'm going to start like slowly switching over to video content going forward because a lot of people have been telling me that they miss out on a lot of the games and like a lot of the streams. They can't watch all the time or the stream is too long for them and they don't really get a chance to like see my experience with the game. So I'm thinking the gaming videos are going to be a little bit of a better format. 80 degrees Celsius is a lot. Are you okay? Thankfully, I was mentioning it in Fahrenheit. I don't think it's that much in Celsius. I want to say it's like probably 18 or 19 degrees Celsius in here. It's not too bad. But it's not like it's humid though. It's very humid. That's the problem. It's like the air is so thick. It's like sticky. It's really humid in here today. I'm not that interested in gaming, so I think the switch of content is good. Well, I'm trying to give something to everybody, and I think gaming videos makes the most sense. Like, just watching, like, what other content creators make and stuff like that on the platform, too. It makes more sense to do that. 18 or 19 is a bit on the cold side. I could have just done the math wrong in my head, which is also very likely to be true. So here's where I'm going to go with it. I think going forward, I'm going to just finish Amori on the stream, right? So the 2 games that I started on the stream recently, I'm going to finish on the stream. So for Thomas, because Thomas is the one who's been pushing for me to play Amori, we are going to finish playing Amori on live stream. And that'll be the last game that we do on live stream as far as like that is concerned. And then I'm going to do Subnautica. Those are the last 2, once I finish off playing those 2 games on live streams, I'm going to switch over to doing drawing live streams and just like doing chatting live streams. And what I'm hoping to do is to start working on the commissions during some of these drawing live streams so that it gives me an opportunity to work on the other things. Because the other problem that I've now run into is that I've got 4 commissions that I need to work on, and I'm 75% done on the first one, and I just took like 4 days off because I couldn't draw because I had migraines, right? So it's not that I'm not getting the work done on them, but it's like it would be really nice if I set things up where it's like a little bit more conducive to all the things that I am trying to work on. It is 24 degrees Celsius. Thank you for the correction, Anna. I cannot math on such low and terrible caffeine. This bucked up energy was... I mean, it's bucked up, all right. I mean, change the B with an F, and we've got ourselves an accurate statement here. Oh, it's so gross. I should have just gotten coffee. I was too lazy to do the dishes, though. Tired. I didn't want to. I do the dishes every morning. Every morning I wash the dishes. Can I just not wash the dishes first thing in the morning for once? You know, I think I've earned a break. You know what my mom would always tell me, though, when I would say stuff like that? I'd be like, I just don't feel like doing it today. My mom would always, when I was growing up, she'd be like, well, do you think the magical dish fairy is going to come in and wash the dishes for you? And it's like, I always loved when she did that, though. I know it's sarcastic. But it's like every time I didn't want to do something, she'd be like, oh, what do you think? The magical laundry fairy is going to come in and take care of your laundry? And it's like, yes, mother. Yes, I'm waiting for the magical laundry fairy to take care of this problem for me. I refuse to let my dreams be dreams. I believe in the magical laundry fairy. It's like the tooth fairy. You just have to believe. Though the tooth fairy's been jipping me ever since I grew up. I mean, ever since I don't know, 11 years old, the tooth fairy hasn't left me anything. It's like, you know, I still lose teeth sometimes. I expect a payment with interest. I lost a tooth a couple of years ago. It was one of my molars. And it's like, I didn't get any money for that. In fact, I had to pay the dentist to remove it. I'm actually kind of surprised you didn't edit your gaming streams into videos, because a lot of people do that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do that. And I've been trying. I really am trying. But the problem is like, it's... Oh, God. How do I explain this? It's not easy because... I don't know. I don't know how many of you have actually sat down and edited something, but like, how many of you can actually sit down and re-listen to the same thing that you did over and over and over again? The problem with editing the live streams down is if I did the live stream as all like one kind of encompassing thing, like one live stream, I played one game one time, it was kind of a casual thing, that is easy to cut down, right? But when it's like multiple 3-hour live streams of the same game over and over again, that gets really difficult to like work through. Instead of like organically recording it. Now, at least for me, and like, other people could work differently, but at least for me, when I'm recording stuff, I can hit the pause button on the recording. I could stop it. I could start the recording when I need to, right? This helps me out from like when I get to the editing thing, because even though I've got 2.5 hours of footage, it's 2.5 hours of footage of things that I wanted captured, like, and to edit down into like a 40-minute video, as opposed to taking 7 3-hour live streams, going through them and condensing those all down into something, what, a 45-minute video maybe? How do you do that? Like, I haven't figured it out. And it's mostly a skill issue, but that's kind of one of the reasons why. I was like saying, I think I found my rhythm here. Like, at least I know how to record for these gaming videos and get them edited within a day, as opposed to like the live streams, which I really struggle editing. I believe in the washing up fairy, but they don't seem to believe in me. That would be so great, right? I just had to re-record some of it. You could do some chatting before playing the game on stream. I was doing that before comeback. But like the thing is though, is like there's a lot of great moments on live stream that can be. And it's not that I'm not gonna do games on live stream. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like there are a lot of games that can just be videos. They don't need to be like multiple like live streams, right? I think Amori may have been a better choice for making a video about, just due to like how grindy and how long some of the segments are. And I think there are other types of games that are better suited for like the live streaming environment. So it's not to say that I won't still game on live stream. Like, I'm gonna do what I want. If I wanted to play open TTD while I want to chat with you, I could do that, right? It's my channel. I could do what I want. But I'm thinking about switching over to videos for a while, if for no other reason than just to kind of experiment with my content a little bit, see what sticks, see what helps grow the channel. I don't know if y'all know this, but like I've been stuck under 3K subscribers for a while now. I would really like to bump that number up and hit that 3K goal. We're so close. Stream would probably just be longer, and or there'd be less time for the game. Oh yeah, you've not seen Truly. Yeah, that's the thing. I can cut around that, right? Like, if I'm playing a game while I'm recording, I can dictate when the recorder comes on. Or it's easier for me to just shut up the entire time, just play through, and then, like, because the audio's quiet, I can, like, see when I, like, made commentary on the video, right? Usually, like, what my strategy is to cut, like, a little bit before I made some commentary, see what it was that happened, and include just all that in the video. But, like, if I'm constantly yapping all the time because I'm reading chat and stuff like that, that makes it really hard for me to know when I'm actually talking about something in the game, or am I just, like, chit-chatting with chat and, like, reacting to, like, what they're saying. Are you all right with your losing teeth situation? You briefly mentioned it, but I'm worried. Okay, no. I broke a molar eating a bunch of almonds one time. So it's not that big of a deal. I had apparently damaged the molar a long time ago, and I just wasn't aware that the tooth was, like, in a weakened state. And I was just munching on almonds one time, and, like, it just broke. And I just, like, spit out, like, a, like, small part of my molar, and I was like, that's probably not great. So then I go to the dentist, and the dentist's like, yeah, we gotta take that thing out of there. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to do a filling for something like that, or a crown. You just pull it out. So anyway, so they extracted the tooth, and that was the end of that. And now I'm very careful biting into very hard nuts. Don't want to be breaking your jaw on them. Listen. Yeah, really, like, be careful, seriously. You only get, like, 2 sets of teeth in your life, and most of us are already on our 2nd set. Raven, I believe in the money fairy every time I get a paycheck. Raven, wouldn't that make you the money fairy since you're generating the wealth? Someone I know lost several teeth. It makes it difficult for to eat certain things. I have pretty much all. I am missing my wisdom teeth and that one molar on my right side. Those are, like, that's it. Those are the only teeth I've been missing. It's not like I was in, like, Fight Club and I'm missing, like, multiple, like, it's not like I'm missing my front teeth or anything. It's not like I'm gonna smile and you're gonna see, like, 500 different gaps in between my teeth. That reminds me of when I broke my tooth. I was eating a bag of peanut M&Ms. I know, like, nuts are so evil. Wisdom tooth, the peak of uselessness. Listen, I think honestly, like, the thing with, like, your wisdom teeth is that, like, biologically speaking, I think, like, some of your teeth are meant to break and your wisdom teeth are there to, like, replace the broken ones. I think that's how it's supposed to work. Civil, welcome to the stream. How you doing, cutie? Miss Rain has a very mechanical mindset. We're similar. It's efficient and structured and analytical, but if the rhythm is disrupted, everything falls and has to be restructured. Being flexible is hard. I try my best to be flexible. And I give myself credit and flexibility for a willingness to experiment and try different things. I am not one of those types of people that keeps trying the same thing over and over and over and over again and expects, like, a different result. If something's not really working out for me, I want to, like, change it a little bit, change the parameters, kind of see if this is the right combination, because something's going to work for me eventually, right? And I don't know, I feel like this is going to work. Like, the work feels good, too, right? Like, it's a lot of work. I spent, like, almost 9 hours, like, straight yesterday working on that, like, filming and, like, editing that content, right? So it is a ton of work. But it feels good. It feels rewarding, right? And it, like, doesn't feel, like, stressful in the same way as, like, editing a live stream does. My wisdom teeth had not grown yet, and I'm close to 30. Some people don't ever have them grow in. Hold on, I'm going to try to move the microphone a little bit so, like, kind of my head blocks the fan. So y'all don't, like, hear the sound of the fan blowing directly into the microphone. I like not being insane. Ha! I love being insane. I'm definitely crazy. I'm surprised more of you haven't made that realization. Listen, I made that realization for a while ago. Listen, I flew off the rails a long time ago. Now I'm just taking all of you for a ride. I don't think the fan can be heard. I don't know, but it's at least loud enough to trigger my voice to move without me, like, doing it. Hold on, let me do it again. I'm gonna be quiet. Yeah, that's all the fan. So whatever that sound is, that's what you're hearing. You can't hear it if my head's in front of the microphone, though. My throat is messed up after screaming for an entire day at Amsterdam Trans Pride. I'm glad you had a very good time. I hope your throat gets some much needed rest after the Pride event. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to giggle there. You can't hear anything. I don't hear. Oh, no. Wait, how about now? Can you hear something now, or... Rain, I need you to name the other kitten. Anna already named one. Okay, what was the name that Anna picked? I have to know. Your avatar moves, sure, but there's... I see it being registered on... Like, I guess maybe it's just my equipment that's registering it, but I could see it on OBS and on my, like, audio DAC that it is picking up the fan. Apollo? Ooh. Ooh, okay, wait. I gotta... Neptune. How about Neptune? And then you can call her Nep. What do you think of that? I think Apollo and Neptune are good names. Gavik, you know where I was going with that, don't you? Okay, Apollo and Neptune? Nepotism? Hey, that's not the direction I was going in. If anybody hasn't seen the character Neptune, I forgot the name of the show. But there's an anime character called Neptune, and that's what I was thinking of. She has like little video game like D-pad things in her hair. She's really cute. It's Nepin time. I got a nice cold glass of milk. I like milk. I love milk even though I'm lactose intolerant. Could you imagine being a cat girl that's lactose intolerant? It's awful. I hate it. I don't want to be lactose intolerant. I like cheese too much. She is Sega Neptune. I know the Greek god. I was less going for the Greek god and more for the anime girl. I might be slightly biased there, being an anime girl, but, you know, that's what I was going for. I've been getting the lactose-free milk, too. It's a little bit more expensive, but I will say it's absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth getting the lactose-free milk. Like, if you are lactose intolerant and you are not getting the lactose-free milk, actually, like, I encourage more people to try it anyways, even if you're not lactose intolerant. I think it tastes better, honestly. I think it tastes better. Most cats are lactose intolerant, I think. Really? I think I'm not gonna say the story. I want to remain on YouTube. That is why I cut the adult joke out of my, okay, but it's like, it was really funny. I'm not gonna go into the joke, right? But like, it involved a banana cream pie and me getting hit with it. And then there was a lot of commentary regarding that was super hilarious. And I ended up cutting it out of the video because I was like, I really don't want to get the video age restricted. Even though it's just a play on words, it might sound a little too on the nose. But what really made that funny is the other girl that I was doing the video with has a girlfriend. Just like, it was, oh my god, it was unhinged. It was unhinged. The Mustache Jock, welcome to the stream. I think I actually finally pronounced your name properly this time. What did I say last time? Themo? It's like, hi, Themo. I'm just gonna ignore how you actually format your name and just call you whatever I want. Don't worry, Landon's already got a taste of it this morning when I called them Layden. When's the summer? And I know, I'm freaking dying. But then I'm gonna be like, oh, it's winter, and now I'm freezing. I'm never happy. The emo! There we go! I like that. I can do that for you. Listen, I'm a little bit emo, too. Actually, I'm more goth than emo. I mean, I do get emo. How about that? But, like, I'm definitely more like goth. I definitely like goth better. I grew up with goths. Like, we didn't even have emo, like, when I was in school. Or at least that was, like, a new thing, right? I don't remember emo kids being a thing when I was in high school. They were just goth kids. Can you speak Gothic? I have sat with the goth kids enough to speak their language. We have communicated. They have left many impressions on me. I should have just gone goth in high school, but I didn't. I was friends with a couple of goth, like, kids. And, like, they would encourage me to wear it, but, like, I remember, like, coming home one time with, like, a spiked collar around my neck, and my mom's like, what are you, some sort of dog or something? Why are you wearing that? And then I took it off and never put it back on. And it's not like she was trying to tell me I can't wear it, right? She's fine with whatever I'm wearing, but she's just like... She was so confused. Well, it was like one of those oversized, like, ridiculous, like, spiked necklace thing. You know what I'm talking about. It's the choker with, like, the really long metal spikes on them. Not like the flat ones that have, like, the bumpy spikes on them. Like the squared off ones. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Rain, do you speak low or high Gothic? Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna go with low Gothic. Does Rain meow in Comic Sans? Yeah. No. No, the Gothics that toppled down the Roman Emperor #1. There have been multiple Roman empires and emperors. In fact, I'm pretty sure they had, if I recall correctly, they had like the year of 4 emperors one time where like they straight up had 4 emperors in an entire year. Could you imagine if we had 4 presidents in an entire year? That would be insane. Rain is from a hive world, confirm. I will confirm or deny nothing. Has anybody heard the song Alien by Raichi? Oh my god, I love that song. You just reminded me of that, Viola. Craig, welcome to the stream. It's been 40 days since I got into the shipping container for a free ride to Argentina. Hey, you finally found a way out. Congratulations. How you been doing, my friend? Hopefully you've been well fed and hydrated. That's literally what happened in Britain. Alvy, welcome to the stream. Sorry if I missed you earlier, cutie. I hope you're doing all right. Was it like 476 AD? I don't remember the specific dates. I'm pretty good at Roman history. I don't remember everything, like every detail, but I've got a better handle on it than I do with like other historical subjects. I'm still in the container and I might be underwater. Uh-oh. Hey, if you're under the water in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, I just want to say this. You're still doing better than the people who went to that submersible a few years ago. Oh my goodness. At least you're in a solid, properly, like, built steel container and not some carbon fiber tube. Does anybody know what I'm talking about there with the submersible? What the hell was that thing called? Hold on a second. What was it called? It was the Ocean Gate something. What was it called? The Titan, that's what it was. I'm sorry, that thing was rather ridiculous, and I don't know. I for one, not being a submariner or anything like that, right? But being in, like, you know, a field called the Marines, where we're somewhat familiar with the water, I certainly would not volunteer to get sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean in a carbon fiber tube that had no escape hatch and limited oxygen. But, you know, that's me. I found Atlantis. I'm off, gang. You'll never find me again. Hey, bring me back a chest full of gold. Listen, I'm very poor. I'm very poor. I could use the donations. Cat girl love gold coin. Yum, yum. I'm only joking. Yeah, I saw a YouTube video recently where somebody made a model of the Titan, then broke it and encased the remains in plastic. It's really hard to simulate an implosion like that because, like, the forces that are, like, going on down that deep below, like, sea are, like, they're unfathomable, right? I would love to see it on video, but I still think that even seeing it on video wouldn't do it justice because, like, so much happens within, like, milliseconds under that kind of pressure. I mean, Weather Report also named himself that, and he's like top 10 characters ever, so don't beat yourself up too much. There's something I could always do. If YouTube doesn't work out for me, I could always be the local weather girl. It's like, here's your weather on the 9s with rain. They'd be like, hiya, cuties. Nya, nya. Meow, meow. We've got more of me later this week, and I don't mean me doing the weather. Tee-hee. Oh, God, it would be cringe. It'd be like 3 minutes of weather cringe. It would probably be unwatchable for, like, the average, like, person. They'd be like, who the hell is this cat girl? Get her off my screen. All right, Landon, it was good to have you here. I hope to see you again soon. I hope you have a great day. I'll be back on Wednesday for a live stream, in case I don't see you again. Rain, I'll give you money to babysit my cats, but you need to fly to Japan. Wait, that actually sounds like a really good deal. Wait a second. So all I need to do is get a plane ticket to Japan, right? Figure out my room and board, and you'll pay me to watch the kittens. I don't see any downsides to this. And I get to go and see Japan, and you're gonna fuel my money for my tourism? Deal. One hand washes the other in that situation. It's like, wow, Rain, what did you do with all that money from watching my kittens? I bought Hatsune Miku merch. Jivers are my favorite Gen Z faction. Them and the mech jive from Gym World. Oh my goodness. I love that. I'm going to have to steal that joke. I am going to do a RimWorld video soon. I've been feeling like doing a RimWorld. If I do a RimWorld video, though, I want to see, like, I kind of wanted to do, like, one playthrough with it. And, like, once I get him killed, then I'll end the video. So it's, like, wherever I get to in that. But I really do want to do another RimWorld. But I think I'm going to do... That is another game where it's, like, that really should be an offline thing. And I think I'm going to finally finish Factorio at some point. But again, I'm going to do that as a video because it's so much grinding in between every part of Factorio. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, when you get to a certain part of the game in Factorio, you're basically just, like, waiting around sometimes just for, like, things to progress. At least that's my experience. I would love to do a Japan video. I would love to do travel videos, but, like, the issue with that Zookeeper is that it's not easy for me to travel. Like, I can't even get to the bus stop that's literally, like, 5 minutes away from my house because there's 2 hills that I can't get up in my wheelchair, right? Traveling is not the easiest thing for me, and it's also a lot of work because, like, I really need to pay attention to, like, what I'm doing, where I'm going. I need to plan my routes out. I need to look at everything, right? I have to go through a huge itinerary and checklist to make sure like I have everything I need, because once I'm out there and once I've like committed to what I'm doing, if I run into something I didn't anticipate, I better have the tools to problem solve it, or I don't get to follow through on my trip plans the way I wanted to. Never enough circuits, always short on greens. Rain turned British for a second with the... Wait, what? What? I'm not British. I don't even think I could fake a British accent. It's like, cheerio, mates. Top of the morning to ya. Wait, that's Irish, actually. Whoops, see, I'm already screwing it up. Top of the morning to ya. I see, I think I could learn an Irish accent easier than a British accent. I don't know why, but like British, I think it's just because I'm like so used to the way that I talk. I can't get my brain wrapped around like doing a British accent. Plus, like, I say the word howdy too much. Like, could you imagine a British person saying howdy? That'd be kind of insane. And I'd actually be kind of unhinged. You skipped the kittens. Oh, kitten. Which British accent would you good for, though? What's the one that everybody makes fun of? Because, like, it's basically, like, unintelligible. What do they call it? Cockney accent or something like that? I can't remember. I'm not, like, immersed in, like, UK culture enough to say this. What is that, like, really grumbly, like, where, like, you can't really even understand what they're saying? I'm British. We could BC if you like. They all are. Viola, don't be mean. Listen, the British people try their best, right? At least we can understand the written word. I know, like, Lemon Zest was telling me something the other day, and it was like, oi me duck, right? And it's like, what? What is that? Wait, I'd be concerned. Like, what's going on with the duck? It's like, we just started this conversation. I've already have concerns about these ducks. Now, I can't remember what it was called. I don't know what that is, but there's this really... you know what's a movie that had that accent in it? Has anybody ever seen the movie Notting Hill? With, like, Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts? And his roommate had that, like, really thick British accent that, like, I don't know what it was, but, like, whatever that accent is, that's the one I'd want to learn. Hey, up, my ducky, how you doing, love? Like, yeah, I'd be like, what's up with the duck? I don't know what's up with the duck. The only true English is the Australian one. Australians take English to a whole other level. I've been to Australia before. I love it. I absolutely love Australia. I love speaking with Australians. Sometimes you come across a couple of them, and I'm just like, what are you even speaking English to me? It's just all muddled together, and they're saying things. They're definitely saying something. I don't know what it is. I'm just nodding along with them. I'm just like, yep. Crikey, mate. Sure, all right about that. And then they, like, raise their eyebrow at me because I have no idea what I just agreed to. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I know I've told this story a couple times. I'm going to tell it again, too. The first time I ordered iced coffee in Australia, that was a surprise. A pleasant surprise, but a surprise nonetheless that I did not anticipate. When I went to that coffee shop, and I was like, hi, yes, I'd like a large iced coffee. And the lady's like, wow, really? This early in the morning? And I was like, yeah, when are you not, well, I mean, when do you not have your, like, iced coffee, right? I'm like, it's a hot day. I'm like, I want to get my day started off right. So she just like smiles at me. She's like, yeah, that's a good attitude, right? And then the next thing I know, there's like 2 scoops of ice cream in my coffee instead of ice. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is this miracle that has been like applied to my morning cup of coffee? It was amazing, by the way. I absolutely recommend it, right? Like, so I'm not knocking it at all. But like when I ordered iced coffee, I was not thinking ice cream in my coffee. That's most accents when you first meet them. I couldn't understand the locals when I first moved here. Rain, what if I pay you in 2 Hatsune Miku concert tickets? Oh my goodness, I've always wanted to go to a Miku concert. The problem is, though, is that I'm in a wheelchair, and most people have to stand in the concert, so, like, my only concern there would be, like, am I even going to be able to see it? Or are you just wasting your money? Kiwi English is apparently a thing. Hedge is a hedge one. And no, kiwi here is not a fruit, but a bird. Wait, also, isn't that what people from New Zealand refer to themselves as kiwis? It's some sort of fruit. I don't remember what it was. I think it's kiwi. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Got iced coffee instead of iced coffee? Apparently. No, in Japan, the concert is sitting. Okay, good. I don't know. I heard somewhere that some of them are standing, and that, like, gave me a lot of pause, because I'm like, I really can't. I mean, what am I going to do? I can't compete with that, right? If people are standing around me, I've got no choice. They have chairs for it? Okay, that's good. Oh my god, if you haven't put a scoop of vanilla coffee... Oh, vanilla coffee. Oh my god, Rain. I need a cup of... I really do need a cup of coffee after this. I need to go and make coffee after this stream. But... Oh god, I'm like having the worst brain glitch of the world right now. I want to say ice cream in the coffee. There we go. Thought complete. Jeez, Ray, that took all that. If you ever had too little RAM in your computer and everything starts slowing down, it's like while it's catching up. Like you see your mouse just slowly doing a slideshow across your screen. That is definitely what I just experienced in my brain right now. They have chairs for it? Oh, I think I've read that one already. I would love to go to a Miku concert if I could. I don't drink coffee. I tried it once, and it tasted like What? I do not accept that. I do not accept that as an answer. I'm sorry. Coffee is amazing. You just haven't had my coffee yet. Well, something's going on with the chat. There was a huge lag there for a second. That's how my brain works most of the time. Marshallas, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, cutie. Rain's best Sans impression. What is it, nah? When he just makes the one sound, what am I supposed to do? It's just that one deep, that's that kind of sound. It's almost like Morse code. Low RAM, I never have low RAM. I have 96 gigabytes. What the? Listen, hey, Lemon. Listen, we've been friends for a long time. What's sending up an extra RAM card between friends, right? Sharing is caring, after all. Add spikes and other Mad Max stuff on your what's it called drivable thing and drive it directly into the mosh pit. Okay, all right. I know this is gonna be kind of crazy for some people to believe. But when I was a teenager, I was really into death metal. And my first concert that I ever went to was a Shadows Fall concert. And all of my friends had gone into the mosh pit at the concert. And I wanted to go into the mosh pit too, right? Because, like, I don't want to be, like, the only one who didn't go into the mosh pit, right? Like, so the peer pressure was definitely on. And I knew what the mosh pit was. And I knew what to expect. And I knew it was going to be bad, right? And I kid you not, I get in there for not even half a second, and I get absolutely clobbered across the face by this gigantic dude who's just swinging their fist around in like these huge circles. I didn't even see him. I just happened to get like caught by it. The one thing I will say that was nice is like apparently there's like mosh pit etiquette. So like when I fell over from the overwhelming blow, like backhand to my face, everybody picked me up and got me out of the circle real fast, which was nice. But that was my mosh pit experience. It was, my mom was super pissed too. She's like, what happened to your face? And I'm like, I tripped at the concert and fell. And she's like, you tripped and fell on your face. And I'm like, yeah. It mostly just feels juvenile, especially brutal death metal. I mean, like, alright, mosh pits can be fun, but, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, maybe when you're a teenager, right, the concept of, like, thrash dancing and kind of, like, possibly getting a little bit hurt, like, while you're dancing is a fun idea. As an adult, I'm just thinking, like, what are the next 3 days gonna be like after that, right? I remember going to one concert. I can't remember what the name of the band was. I think it was Hatebreed. So I went to a Hatebreed concert. And, like, the singer got up there and he's like, I want this place to look like a prison riot. And I'm like, oh, that's lovely. And then, like, of course, the mosh pit just blew up from there. It was huge. So, like, they're all about it, too. Like, the people doing the bands, like, they want to see the mosh pit. I guess it's entertaining for them. I mean, who wouldn't be entertained? I mean, for the correct context, you have to remember, I was, like, 16 years old, Thomas. This was old rain. I don't really listen to that kind of music anymore. I've successfully turned instant coffee to tea. Greta, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Did you use your magical fish powers to accomplish that task? I'm gonna say, if you turn my coffee into tea, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. If I take a sip out of my coffee and it's suddenly tea, I'm gonna be like, what the hell? Where's my coffee? I don't think I've ever been to a concert with a mosh pit. You'd have to go to some sort of, like, crazy death metal concert to find them. And I'm gonna say this, Crazy Krita, at your age, it's probably not the best idea. Probably not the greatest concept. I wonder, though, now that I'm in a wheelchair, what would happen if somebody in a wheelchair tried to get into a mosh pit? Like, do you think they'd even let me into the mosh pit? I'd be like, yeah, it's my turn. I want to mosh. Y'all gonna let me mosh, right? Oh, you're not gonna let the disabled girl into the mosh pit? I'm kidding. It's probably for the best. Oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine if it got toppled over in my wheelchair, which would very likely happen in like 3 seconds? Rain, if you ever went to Japan and there's this thing called winter coffee, don't get it because it's mostly creamer with milk and little coffee. Oh, they do that. They do that over in Taiwan too. I think they just call it milk coffee. I ordered it once because I was like, ooh, milk coffee, that sounds great. And I'm like, wait a second, this is mostly just, this is just coffee flavored milk. It's definitely not a health concern. You're right. What? I have nothing to worry about. I'm sure the people in the mosh pit won't do anything terrible to me. I will say this, though, like, as a general thing, too, right? I don't know if other people don't know this or don't know people in a wheelchair, but if somebody's in a wheelchair, right, you know, y'all need to, like, ask before you start moving them around, right? Like, that shit freaks me out so bad every time it's happened, and it's usually with the best of intentions in mind, right? But, like, I cannot tell you how, like, insane of a feeling it is without knowing that somebody's just gonna grab the back of my chair and just start pushing me. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Have you ever, like, seen two cars moving in opposite directions, right? And it, like, gives you that weird, jarring, sinking feeling, like something's not right? That's, like, the kind of the feeling I get when it happens. In my experience, metalheads are generally pretty nice. Black metal fans could be a bit weird, though. Yeah, I've met both people on both sides of the coins. I've been to, like, hardcore concerts, metal concert, death metal concerts, right? I used to be really into that, like, stuff. What was it? Shadows Fall, Slayer, Disturbed. Look, I'm just trying to name a wide variety of stuff. Lamb of God, Hatebreed. I think I brought that one up already. Killswitch Engage. I'm trying to name, like, just different types from different genres within, like, the quote-unquote hardcore slash metal slash death metal scene. Transgender Alchemy is sponsored by the Shadow Government without me. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells. Wait, when am I going to Brazil? I don't know if I don't know if I could handle Brazil. There's too many hells. Have I heard of Alaglock? Hopefully I said that correctly. I probably didn't. Probably scuffed it as always. Let's see. Let me look them up real quick. Have I heard of them? No. I feel like I've seen some of the album covers. I'm just trying to look at their album covers. I feel like I've seen it before. But I cannot, like, recall a single song that I've heard of from them. But I feel like I've seen at least some of these album, like, logos before. Or, like, album covers. I got sent to Tunisia so I could be a T-square girl. But don't... I love that. Yeah. That was a good one, Greta. Wait, which one? Oh, Agalok? My favorite is still Killswitch Engage. Specifically the album Alive or Just Breathing. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. If you have not, the song Self-Revolution, oh my god. Like, I still think about that song, right? I feel like it has, like, a lot of meaning to me. I feel like I've lived up to those lyrics quite a bit. God, that song is so good. Killswitch Engage does an amazing job of going through that, like, super deep hardcore voice where, like, they do the hardcore scream and then they go to, like, actually really good, like, melodic singing, which I probably mispronounced that word, but, like, whatever. I'm an artist, not a musician. I've never gotten out of my death metal phase. I got out of it when I was still cisgender. So, right before I transitioned, somebody sent me my very first Miku song, and it was Ooey Ooh. And ever since then, it, like, changed my entire, like, perspective on music. And I joke a lot that I only listen to Vocaloid music, but I don't. I actually listen to a lot of piano. I listen to a lot of violin. I listen to a lot of electronic music now. But, like, that was, like, kind of the gateway drug for me, so to speak, into, like, all this new different type of music that I've been exploring for the past couple of years. And honestly, I just don't listen to hardcore death metal music anymore. I don't have the appetite for it. And I also feel like my mental health and mindset has changed enough where I don't relate enough to that music anymore. Like, I went through and looked at some of, like, my quote-unquote favorite songs from before, and they were all super depressing. And some of them were, like, really dark, and I'm like, really? This is the song that represented me, huh? That's, probably worth self-reflecting on, which I did. We're sending Rain to a desert in the middle of nowhere so she can experience Kenshi in real life. Ha, 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 ha. Joke's on you. I've had desert survival training. I'm ready. Listen, I was in the Marine Corps. Do you think I wasn't prepared to live in the desert? I'm ready for this. I could do it. Just send me out there with what's like the most hardcore way that you could do this? Just send me out there with like a combat knife in between my teeth. I'll just make it out there. We'll do it Bear Grylls style. Just drop me in from a helicopter, parachute me in. By the way, if anybody hasn't like realized this, like a lot of the Bear Grylls stuff is staged. If that wasn't obvious, right? Like, I mean, it's a TV show. Like, they're obviously has never been in harm's way that entire time, right? They're not gonna let him die out on set. Rain, Miku turned me trans. It certainly... Alright, so Miku did not turn me trans. Ame turned me trans. But Miku was kind of like the gateway into me realizing, like, I have a more effeminate side that I haven't been admitting to. Drawing also really got me into it, too. And it's like, the things I drew didn't line up with, like, masculine traits at all. Not to say that, you know, cisgender men can't draw adorable things, right? But it's just like, there was more going on there than I wanted to admit to. Teto did it for me. I love Teto. So, between Miku and Teto, Teto is my actual favorite. I relate to her more. I've gotten out of a really big politics phase where when I was a teenager, I was big into politics. I was in the third wave politics, not really left or right, but God, I was into politics. I had a phase like that too, Greta. And I spent most of my time when I was on Reddit getting into stupid debates with, like, Trump folks over basically nothing, because, like, it's just, like, now that I, like, look back on it in retrospect, all I did was ever just, like, stress myself and, like, introduce myself to more and more and more and more toxicity by doing that kind of stuff. And it's like, people would be like, yeah, but you were giving it to them Trump people, and it's like, it's not like I convinced any of them to change their mind. All I did was just get into stupid online arguments with people, and it's really bad for your mental health to do that. So I quit Reddit. I quit Reddit for a lot of reasons, but that was like one of the major reasons, was just like my interactions with other folks on the internet were mostly negative. And it's like when I used to go into my Reddit account, you know, all right, there's a big difference. Like when I go and check my notifications these days, I'm really excited. I want to see what all the comments are. I'm really happy to hear from everybody, right? Like checking my notifications is a positive experience from me because, you know, all of you are so kind and loving, and we have like really good discourse. I mean, some of us have like really good, deep, like reflective conversations. But back when I was on Reddit, I swear, every time I logged into my Reddit account, I'd sigh. I'd actually sigh. I'd be like, ugh. Right? Who did I piss off now? Who did I piss off now? Who do I gotta get into an argument with now? And that's like what my mentality was using my Reddit account. And that was specifically like why I was like, you know, that's not good for my mental health, right? If I'm like stressed out just looking at the notification icon on my Reddit account, that's a problem. The truly bass pick for your favorite Vocaloid is actually the moon bass. Listen, I have secret plans to build a moon base. It's on the dark side of the moon. You wouldn't be able to see it. Debates were shown to be ineffective in changing people's minds. I've noticed that. Most people just want to prove their point. They don't want to listen to anything you have to say. They're just trying to, like, counter-argue with what you're, like, saying. A debate is better for the observer because they could see both sides of the argument, but, like, the person you're usually engaging in the debate with are very likely not going to change their minds. If anything, they're just going to be more annoyed with you by the end of the debate because neither of you have, like, relented on your points. The only subreddit I ever check is /r_amore. There are a couple of subreddits I will, like, look into, but I do not actively peruse Reddit. I don't use Reddit. I don't really interact on Reddit. I have a subreddit, but, like, I mean, I got a couple mods on there, and that's it. And, like, yeah. The moon base is based. It will be extremely based. Don't you worry, Viola. I will make it the most based moon base you've ever seen. Right now, I'm a big Marxist, Leninist, Maoist. I don't go that far left. I more like in the socialism realm. I don't think that pure of communism actually truly works. I brought this up in another stream. I think it was the chatting stream last week. We brought this up in conversation where I was just like, the biggest issue with communism is regular people. Right? Like, me and you might be on board with the idea of sharing everything, but, like, when you get down to the average person, most average people covet things and want more than, like, they want more for less, right? That's what, like, that is, like, one of the biggest sticking points for communism. Anarchism, there you go. Yeah, just let everybody do whatever they want. There you go. Anarchy, I'm sure it'll all sort itself out. The funny thing about, like, the anarchists, though, is they think that's, like, the end-all, be-all. Like, once it's destroyed, it's not going to put itself back together. You do realize, though, that people will reorganize and just form new governments, right? Like, that's what we've always done. That's what we do. That's, like, embedded in, like, our nature. We form groups of people and associate with each other. That's how we survive. That's why the concept of building a nation or, like, building, like, a small, like, kingdom, like, has always been appealing because, like, we're stronger together. It's us versus them, right? That's why, like, I don't know, like, even your own emotions about that, that's where a lot of this pride comes from, right? And I think, like, we've just, like, kind of abused it these days, right? But, like, there's a reason why back in, you know, the cave people days that, like, we banded together and, like, being, like, closely associated with your group was really, really, really important to your survival. I'm generally skeptical of the kind of socialism that bases itself way more on Marx than, oh god, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, Bakunin? I probably said that wrong. Communism is not about sharing everything. It's about public ownership of public property and destruction of private property. What you own by yourself is your personal property. Right, but, like, we've done the experiment a couple of times, and every single time, those governments have become incredibly corrupt, and they didn't function. And that's the problem with communism, right? Is, like, it doesn't have an answer for the corruption problem. And I'm not saying capitalism does a better job, right? Like, that's not the argument I'm making here, right? But, like, these issues need to be addressed on both sides, right? But, like, the corruption can get really bad in any system. So it's just something that you got to account for there. It's difficult, though. Like, when you have a system where, like, the resources need to be equally dispersed between all people, that's where it becomes, like, a little bit harder. And that's why I fall more in line with, like, the socialism aspect of it. where I think that's a little bit of a prettier middle ground than just going full communist. Anarcho. Oh, wait. Is that supposed to be anarchy? It's like an anarcho-communist. Want government without state. Anarcho-capitalists want state without government. Too long didn't read. If you put your workers in charge, they will no longer be workers and no longer have interest of workers. That is an extremely good point, Thomas. I found that I don't know enough about politics to speak out on anything, but the most basic things, I haven't read the theory and stuff to say more than killing people is bad. It's okay, right? And like, you don't need to get that versed in politics. Here's the thing. I'd say just stay informed. Stay informed on like the major updates. Have like a general idea of how things work. And that's usually good enough for most folks. I go by the meme of every communist experiment was not communist. In my view, communism is fundamentally an anarchist ideology, and you can't just jump to that. That is an extremely good point. But that begs the question, though, how do you continue a system like that when you have no control over it, right? It's only good, I think communist needs to be, like, down on a local level. You can't have a huge country be communist. I just don't know if it can work on that scale. So maybe on smaller scales, that would be better, right? Because, like, within that group of people, you can also hold some people a little bit more accountable if they want to, like, go against the grain or do their own thing, right? But like on a national scale, it seems like it's a little too difficult to pull off. To be fair, the kinds of governments that you talked about are vanguardist states, which are a flawed idea on how to reach communism. That is a fair point as well. Also, communism means no big companies. You don't have to get a communal brush, but also, the Soviet Union sucked because of Stalin. That's the biggest issue there, right? Like, you get one bad person. And we're running into this problem with capitalism, too. So, again, I'm not defending capitalism at all, right? We have this problem with Trump in the White House right now, right? And now we're seeing, like, the weakness of capitalism, right? And the weakness of having a republic like this, right? It's not a great system when somebody comes in and starts rattling the cages, right? Like, starts rattling the institutions. And now, what are we doing? I just read the news last night that we're opening up another investigation into the former chairman of the Fed, right? And now, I'm not a huge fan of the Fed. I've got nothing good to say about the Fed. I think the Fed has a lot of issues, right? I have a lot of issues with, like, the central bank, their policies and whatever. But it is extremely corrupt to open up an investigation because, like, they may have gone over budget on a reconstruction project for, like, one of their buildings. Are you freaking shitting me? That is, like, it's obvious. And they're opening up actual federal charges, too. Like, an actual federal investigation. It's like, come on. Everybody knows. It's so dumb. I can't agree with something like that. So, yeah, like, capitalism has its issues, too. Anarcho-capitalism is a mean. Money is power, and power majority becomes the government. I think both socialists and communists have a common interest in getting rid of capitalism. Then we can argue about the details. I mean, I like that approach, Zookeeper. I think there's a lot of merit in looking at the best sides of both of those concepts. USSR killed in the name of communism permanently. By the way, I'm Tunisian. Wait, oh God. Tunisian? Is it Tunisian? Did I say it right? Did I finally get it? Oh my God, that like actually like made my brain glitch out for a second. Tunisian. Is that the right way to say it? Y'all look at my totally functional system. I imprisoned everyone I don't like and then called it a democratic progressive social democracy. Yes. Listen, nobody ever complains about my policies because they're all in jail. The problem with Trump and the ability to buy your way to power, you pronounced it perfectly. Rain, not trying to show her inner American by not knowing how to pronounce anything. Foreign challenge. I can do some of it. I can do some of it. I can speak a little bit in some languages too. And my enunciation isn't too bad. I could speak a little bit of Mandarin, but it's like really basic stuff, right? It's like, ni hao, wo jiao, yu, ni na, which is, hello, my name is Rain. And yours? Don't expect me to speak more than that. I'm really not that good at Mandarin. I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I can count to 10 in Mandarin. I can't even do that in Spanish. What is it? It's like uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, something, ocho, maybe. I don't know. I don't even remember what number I'm on now. I can't even do it in Spanish, but I can do it in Mandarin. Hey, you know what I can count to 10 to? In English. You want to hear me count to 10 in English? 1, 2, 3, 4. Peter, welcome to the stream. I see you fell for my joke the other day because you're like, what's the announcement? The announcement was this, Peter. Just so I can clarify to you, this was the announcement. Meow. 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 Yeah. That was the announcement. Thank you for tuning in to my special announcement, Peter. Yeah, I'm from the far northwest country in North Africa. I'm going to try to commit that pronunciation to memory. Jojo and Joe Bros, well, did you just call them Joe Bros? Really? Wait, I can't even finish reading the rest of the comment because you just said Joe Bros. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but I'm just like, JoJo's and Joe Bros. That feels like an intro. It's like, how you doing, JoJo's and Joe Bros? My name's Rain. Welcome to another video. Oh my goodness. I don't know, Spanish is a weird language. Like, why are the first 3 numbers Artuno, Zapdos, and Moltres? Wait a second, I think those are Pokemon. Just cat girl things. Oh yeah, I totally messed up. It's okay, a lot of people are like, what's the announcement? Wait, is there really something going on? It's like, no, I was just being cute. Well, trying to. I'm not actually cute, I just pretend to be. I speak German, Arabic, French, English, and Spanish. You definitely speak more than I do, Greta. That's what they're called? Bros of JoJo's are called Joe Bros. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Like, that's so ridiculous. I can't handle that. Listen, I also know that they do this for My Little Pony and they call them bronies, but I also can't handle that nickname either. And it's like, come on, can we come up with a better nickname for that, right? Like, there's gotta be a better way to associate yourselves together. You know what's funny, Anna, is that it translated that comment into English for me, so I'm reading it. I'm like, why did you just count in English? And then I looked over at my like screen, and it's actually... All right, so what is it? It's uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez? I don't know if I did that right. That sounds like I mispronounced a few of those. Nacho Bro's peak naming scheme? Oh, goodness. Hey, listen, if they're happy with it, right? As long as they're happy with it, right? But, like, what are you all gonna call yourselves, right, in my community, right? What are you gonna start calling yourselves Rain Bros? Like, come on now. You gotta come up with something better than that. Speedbagging is the best waifu, by the way. All right, I'll give you... I want to see. Here's a pop quiz for chat. A pop quiz. What is Rain's quote-unquote waifu? I don't actually have a waifu, but if you had to guess, who would be my waifu? Who would be my anime girl waifu? Oh, and you're only allowed to pick characters that are canonically over the age of 18. I'm gonna ignore everything else. Your waifu is Teto? That's actually a really good answer. Teto is waifu? Honestly, like, I would say that is, like, a really good answer. Come on, you all know me. You all know me. What's my... It's not Teto. Teto is, like, a close second. I will give Teto second place. Come on, you can think about it. Think about it. What am I always talking about? Who's my favorite? Zookeeper got it. It is Ame-chan. Ame-chan is my quote-unquote waifu. Not really, though, honestly. I've brought this up multiple times. I actually can't stand her personality. I love the story of Needy Streamer Overload. I love Ame's hero arc. But if you're being, like, real about it, like, if I actually met a girl like Ame who was as difficult and as, like, crazy as Ame was, like, I would definitely not be in a relationship with them. I'm sorry, I don't want nothing to do with that. They'd be better off as a friend. Probably Ame from Needy Streamer Overload. That is the correct answer. To be honest, I relate to Ame. I'm not into her. She is like... That is what I thought, too, honestly. Like, I picked up on a lot of, like... So, like, not everything, right, that I relate to with Ame, right? But there's a lot of things that I used to do that were very similar to Ame when I was cisgender, right? The way she would get upset about things, the way she would, like, misbehave, the way that she would, like, kind of crash out over things sometimes. Like, I really picked up on those, and I was like, you know, that hits a little too close to home for me. Right? Like, maybe I should adjust that. Pulvia. Isn't that, like, have something to do with water? Or is that, like, Pulvera? Maybe I'm thinking of Pulvera. I could be thinking something else there. But I love Ame. Ame is very cute. Ame is very adorable. Part of her hair design obviously went into my own, like, inspiration for my own character design. Some of it, not all of it, but I'm pretty sure most people can figure out which part of it that, like, I got inspired of there. Pulvia is like rain. Okay. You see, I thought it was Pulveria or Pulvera. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of a different language. I'm also just kind of stupid in general, so I think that's a massive factor that cannot be overlooked here. Have you just chalked up to whatever I just said to just being plain old stupid? Pluvia. I don't know. I'm gonna say it however I want to. I'm a cat girl. I have nuts things incorrectly if I want to. Yeah, yeah. The character I relate to the most is probably Jolene. Effed up family and odds constantly being stacked against her is something any trans person can relate to. Lamau. Wait, what is that from? What is that character from? I need to know. Like, what is, like, the title of the show? Manga, whatever it is they're associated. What is the title of it? I cannot relate to Jolene. She is way too... Yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to relate to that either. Despite the hilarious things I end up saying and doing, that's, like, just not an emotion I experience genuinely. Cujo Jolene from parts... I didn't get that far into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think I only got maybe up to, like, season 2. I can't remember where I fell off on that show. I gotta finish watching it at some point. I'm Nya. I'm Nya too. I'm very Nya. I'm feeling very Nya this morning. I like to add Nya to my words now too. It's like, I'm Nya, feeling very good. I am not going to do that. Very silly. Oh my goodness, have we really been going for 2 hours straight? Does everybody understand, like, what's going to be going on, like, going forward with, like, the videos and, like, the live streams and stuff? I covered all of that. All makes sense to you, right? Also, if you haven't seen the Kenshi or the Barony video yet, please go and watch it. Please, 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 please. And please leave a like and a comment on it too, because it really does help me out if you do go and watch it. For those of you on mobile, if you hype the video, that helps me out a ton too. Like, that really helps out so much. So if you could, like, use one of your hypes to hype one of my videos, that would be super appreciated. It's like that anime trope where they add cat puns into everything. I'm like that, but just IRL. I was thinking, even though I don't talk to my old best friend, my quote-unquote former best friend, I can't imagine how annoying I'd be to them these days. Like, I honestly think that's probably a blessing in disguise, because I don't think they would even put up with, like, the way I act and behave anymore. You know... Honestly, now that I've, like, been reflecting on it for a little bit, it's made me sad that it's been nearly 2 years since I've talked to them at this point. But then also, like, not having them as an influence has allowed me to, like, come into my own as a person without, like, any kind of weird influence or, like, judgy, like, behavior from them. So it's probably a good thing. But I'd probably drive them insane now. I can't imagine they would actually genuinely enjoy hanging out with me anymore. Rain, did you see my comments on those videos? What did you think? I did. Well, I think I mentioned that earlier. Like, when I fell asleep last night, I saw one of them. And then I woke up, and then I haven't, like, really looked at anything since then. I may have liked them or something. I don't know. I don't even remember what I did this morning. Are you kidding me? I can't even remember what I did 5 minutes ago. It's like, wait a second. We're on live stream? I've got a memory of a goldfish. It's like, what are we doing now? Oh, I'm still on live stream. Back from the doctor. What did we miss? We've just been, like, chit-chatting mostly. And I'm just, like, kind of reminding people to go check out the new videos, to like them. Please like them. If you're on mobile, give them a hype or something. Leave a comment. Comments help. Comments help a lot. Samantha, welcome to the stream. I see you there. Are you new? I don't think I've seen you before. I don't know. I can predict the next 60 years of politics. Ha! I'd love to see that. Okay, who's going to be the president of the United States in, I don't know, 3 more election cycles? So not the next president, not the next president after that, the president after that. So like the 3rd one. I'm Marsh Alice's girlfriend. Welcome to the stream, cutie. So good to have you here. Oh no, she's got me. Oh no. Hopefully I didn't get you in too much trouble there, Marsh Alice. Someone replied to my comment on your app anti-capitalism rant saying, you don't know what the average person thinks. You don't even know yourself. So stupid. You can report those comments. And also, if I go through my comments and I see trashy comments, I usually remove them. Unfortunately, I don't have control on, like, what other people do. And I don't get alerts for those types of comments. Like, if somebody replies to your comment, I don't get an alert for it, so... I do my best to keep the comment section clean on my videos, but it's like, you know, I can only catch what I see. Optimistic of you to assume that there'll be any more elections. There will be. Like, all of this, nobody wants it. That's the thing. That's the thing, right? Like, not to get overly political for a second, right? But this whole 3rd term nonsense is stupid and ridiculous, especially with how pissed off the average American is now. Like, we're not happy people here. Even, like, a lot of conservative folks that I know are getting really pissed. Really pissed. Because guess what? There's one thing all Americans can agree on. High grocery bill prices and high gas prices are things we hate. We hate that. We hate that. If the gas price spikes in this country high enough, I guarantee you people will start, like, getting out into the streets over it. We are a car-centric nation. We are not going to handle a $10 a gallon, like, for gas. That's absolute insanity. There'd probably be a frickin' riot if it ever got that high. Nobody likes it. Nobody's happy with what's going on. And there's only a few, like, voices left, really, like, that are still kind of pushing this whole thing. I think everybody knows, like, the writing's on the wall here. Listen, just hang out a little bit longer. Hang on tight. We've almost made it through. Right? Nothing stays bad forever. I've said that multiple times. Nothing stays bad forever. Same, if I recall correctly, he's not actually eligible. Not only is he not only eligible, even if he did, his popularity has tanked so much, even amongst conservatives, that I honestly don't think he even has a chance to win another election. He reneged on every single campaign promise. Recently, when somebody asked him about, like, the lower groceries things, he's like, what's lower prices, right? He tried to play dumb about it. Nobody's impressed. Everybody's pissed. The other thing that's pissed off conservatives was, like, going to another war, which was something he also walked back, which he said, I won't start any, like, long, drawn-out conflicts, and here we are, in, like, the world's stupidest dick measuring contest, right? With, like, a country for no other reason. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry, I hate to crash out about it, but it's like, there's no way, even if he tried to run and break every system we have, right? Nobody's going to put up with it because they don't want it. They don't want it. We're done with it. Okay, hold on. Wait, let me get let me get caught up on chat here for a second. I was on a tirade there for a second. Oh, no. He is eligible. I meant Mandami. I'm not sure if Mandami is eligible. I'd have to look into that. I'm not 100% sure there. I know Trump for sure isn't eligible, but he's probably going to try anyways. That's just something to be ready for. Like, don't be shocked when he's like, I am going to run for a third term, and we all are going to have to deal with that, right? Like, let's just be real about it. We all just need to be ready to deal with that and just be like, no, that's not happening. That's not how it works. That's not what's in the Constitution. You don't get to change the rules, right? Like, we need to just put our foot down if that does happen. Like, you all have a responsibility if you're American at that point to, like, openly protest that because, like, that's just not how our system works. You don't get to just do a third term. We stopped doing that a long time ago. We changed the rules for a reason, right? That's too much power. By the way, Rain, I started HRT a year ago, and now I have the urge to eat pickles a lot. Yes! Another trans girl who's on Team Pickle. I love pickles. I used to hate pickles before I started HRT. I'm not even joking about this. Like, I used to absolutely hate pickles. Now I love them. Now I think they're amazing. I don't know what's changed, but a lot of foods that I've tried over, like, the past 2 years have, like, changed. And I've, like, started enjoying foods I didn't previously like. It's going to be a Democrat and Republican. I have a feeling they're light B third party, but don't know. I can't predict that the Russian-Ukraine war would go. Yeah, I think the whole Ukraine war is almost done, to be honest with you. Snack! Oh my goodness, cutie! Welcome to the stream. I see you there. Pickles are alright, I guess. Listen, you haven't watched the new Kenshi video yet, right? Listen, all I've got to say about that is, you know, Jessica gave me a ring. I said yes. And things escalated from there. Oh, goodness. We have no limits on terms for presidents here, sadly. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Alright, YouTube, want to be cute and just lag and do whatever. Oh, YouTube is awful sometimes. And also, Hong Kong is going to China next year a bit, so yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. At least they still haven't really done much with Taiwan. Tried pickled eggs? They're divine. I haven't actually ever had a pickled egg before. I don't think I ever have. At least as far as I'm aware, I haven't. The reason I asked about Spiro is that spironolactone actually makes you crave more salt. Since I take Spiro, I do. I'm on 100 milligrams. So I take 100 milligrams of Spiro a day. I know you weren't asking me, but, like, that's what I do. And I do like saltier foods now, that is true. Like, I love salt and vinegar potato chips so much more. They're so good. Oh, I just saw that comment from Snack. What? Listen. It was all Jessica's fault. We have a 3 terms limit, but apparently no limit on how many times you can restart that. That seems like a loophole that needs to be closed out. Oh goodness, yeah, that doesn't seem great. Well, I'm sorry for if any of my commentary there. Listen. Like, I hate to say it though, but like, the war doesn't look great. I didn't realize that's where you lived. But it doesn't look great. That's just me being honest, and also having experience in the military, and also still staying like really on top of these types of things. I would hope that Russia would sue for peace soon, because I don't think it's going to be sustainable for them. I think they're pretty screwed at this point. She told me about the pies, but not about the ring. Oh, no. I'll have to send you. So I'm thinking, I mentioned this at the beginning of this stream, Snack, but you weren't here yet. I am thinking about, like, releasing a members-only version. That's going to have, like, all the jokes that I couldn't, like, put on, like, the YouTube version. Because I ended up having to cut a lot of that out because I didn't want to get the video age restricted. And after reading through, like, the YouTube, like, policy, like the content policy, I was like, that's too close. That's too, like, and they're not specific enough about that where I'm like, I don't know if I can get away with a joke like that. That might be like a little too aggressive for YouTube. And I'm small enough of a content creator where I can, like, they're not gonna help me, right? Nobody's gonna help me with anything. So I just have to be careful. Iran is super homophobic and has a gatekeeping process as far as I know. I can't comment on that too much. I don't know. Oh, it looks fantastic with that 5 minutes average lifetime on the... It really sucks too, because, like, I mean... war is hell, right? There's a reason why after I left the military, I became a pacifist. Like, I really don't believe in, like, resolving our issues with violence, right? There is a reason why I turned over a leaf on that, right? Like, I do not believe in settling your issues with violence, right? The only time you should become violent is when you need to defend yourself against somebody else who's being violent towards you. That's it. That's the only time you should ever escalate to violence, right? Do it. It'll be so funny. I'm definitely thinking about doing it. I have a good portion of the video edited, and then there was a second part that wasn't, like, even included in the video, Snack, that I could actually add as extra content. Phobic isn't the same as transphobic. Yes, we're kind of the same community, but we don't really get the same kind of rights. Yes, we could put both of them, like, queers and the queer umbrella. I think you're mentioning about, like, where you live. God, am I autistic or something? Why do I just keep dreading all the effing politics? I mean, listen, it's healthy to take a break away from that. I am very particular about, like, where I get my news sources from, like, where I get my media information from. On my social media account, for example, like on Fetty, I actually have hard blocks on politics conversations because I don't want other people's, like, political commentary and stuff to, like, drag down my mood. I go to a couple of very specific sources. That is where I get my updates. And the reason I go to those sources is because I can form my own opinions, and they're information-based sources. But it's really healthy to draw a line on that and say, yeah, no, I'm not going to look at politics this week, or I'm only going to get my politics update once a week, right? It's good to stay informed, but it's also extremely healthy to say, I don't need to be on top of this every single day, right? The stress does nothing but just drag you down. You're getting worried about issues that you as an individual can't resolve. It's good to be informed about them. It's good to have an opinion on them. And it's good to, like, have a plan about them, right? But, like, to constantly worry about them or discuss them or to drag your mental health down all the time, just because for the sake of politics isn't great either. But I've fallen into the trap. I have fallen into that trap. So I'm speaking from experience here. And that's why I've distanced myself so much. And, like, I will speak about politics sometimes, but, like, in a very limited capacity. I don't even allow politics conversation in the Discord. Because I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to moderate it. I don't want people getting into arguments. The last thing I want to see is two people getting into a debate in my, like, general chat when I'm going in there to have, like, a fun time, you know? It's also not, like, the place to have political conversations, really. It's supposed to be, like, a Discord for sharing art and, like, video content and, like, music and stuff like that. Like, for small creators and for trans people and for, like, anybody else in the LGBTQ plus community, plus our allies. You're all welcome there. What I meant to say before YouTube app started misbehaving is, as a Slavic trans woman, you probably can lure me in a mousetrap with pickles. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I'd probably fall for it too. Same with cheese. You put cheese in a mousetrap, you know, listen, you're going to be pulling mousetraps off of Rain all morning. As an Arab, I can tell you, I don't really listen to Al Jazeera and many other conflicts. It's better to go get a look through really... Yes, at the source. Okay, I see what you're saying there, Greta. I fully agree with you. I also don't watch any mainstream media either. So CNN, MSNBC, especially Fox News. Definitely never Fox News. Right, but I don't ever watch those because I just consider those folks talking heads. Really, they're not giving you news. They're giving you a news update and then 30 minutes of their opinion about it. And I don't want their opinion. I'm done with their opinion. I don't care what any of them have to say about the topic. All right? I'm capable of critical thinking. I'll form my own opinion on it. Thank you very much. So I go to someone like Amy Goodman at Democracy Now! And she just gives me the facts straight up. And I can just kind of form my own opinion from there. That's why I love her. She's been doing it for years like that. It's like she's so consistent. It's like both my ancestry and my gender were created to like pickles. I can't believe I ever hated pickles earlier in my life. I really wish my love for pickles expanded my entire lifetime. There's like literally half of my life where I've never enjoyed a pickle. Cheese and pickles can probably trap half of your community. Very likely. Always remember that over time, there is a trend of things improving. Things may be crap for a bit, but statistically, they will get better. Yes, and that's what I try to say, too. Nothing stays bad forever. So I'm glad that we can agree with that, right? Nothing stays bad forever. Things will improve, right? Every time we've had, like, the world has come to this point, right? This is the third time we've done this, right? We've already been through 2 world wars, right? Every single time that, like, shit started hitting the fan, right? Every single time, everybody was like, oh my God, this is it, right? And then we were able to figure it out. Was it really bad? Yes. Yes, it was horrible. It was really, 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 really bad. But nothing stays bad forever, right? Democracy Now! Is pretty good, and Amy is one of the best journalists. I love her. Oh my God, I've been watching her for, God, years now. At least over, it's got to be close to 8 or 9 years now that I've been watching her. I always knew what's up. I always liked pickles, olives, coffee, and Hawaii. I like Hawaiian pizza, too. Hawaiian pizza's great. Transphobic people are more radical and aggressive than homophobic people today. Like, homophobic people are on like 95% and transphobic people are 110%. Both are extreme, but progress were made against bigotry. I think that's what you meant to say there. I think you meant to say against. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I understand your point, though, I believe. I've noticed, too, that at least I've noticed that there's a lot more transphobia than there is homophobia these days as well. At least that's my observation. I have no interest in cheese and pickles. You'd probably need a Harley Davidson to make me fall for that trap. Hey, listen, all right? If you're getting on the back of a Harley Davidson, you've already fallen for the trap, okay? Listen, there's much better motorcycles you can be getting than a Harley Davidson. I'm sorry, I just can't get into that. I can't get into Harley Davidsons. They're too expensive. They're too loud. I don't like the chopper look. There's a lot of reasons. Like, I'm not trying to poo-poo them too much, right? But, like, for me, I would never get on the back of a Harley Davidson. Give me something. Get me one of those, like, crotch rockets, right? Like, give me one of those things with some real speed. Give me, like, a Kawasaki or a Yamaha, right? Give me something that'll go, like, 250 miles an hour. And this time when I crash on the bike, I won't remember it because I won't be around. God, could you imagine if I got into a motorcycle accident instead of a bicycle accident? I mean, it's almost essentially the same thing, just different speeds. We have to just know that both of the two world wars were just rich men, basically rich men just wanting stuff, wanting more land, more oil, more resources. Yes, expansionism and imperialism is a huge issue for those particular wars. I watch some moderate right-wing people to avoid falling into the political echo chamber. I've seen a few people switch over from right-wing politics to, like, come over to our side. It's always great when you do see it. I won't name names, but I know a couple of people that hang out around here that have switched teams. They have seen the light. They have realized the error of their ways. And I'm totally fine with that. If people are willing to grow and change, I'm willing to accept them. You gotta give people a chance, right? Especially if they're being genuine about it. Like, if somebody goes, wait a minute. Wait, I'm wrong about this? Wait, can you help me? Like, move over? And it's like, yeah, of course I will. Right? Even if I disagreed with everything you said before, right? If you're willing to change, I'm willing to help. Oh, if you're gonna bring up God here, I'm just gonna kick ya. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. Yeah, we're all gay here. Deal with that. Let's see. Hide user. There you go. You're gone. See ya. I don't care. We're all gay here. 99% of us are gay. Nobody cares if you believe in God. Get the hell out of here and go ahead and hit the dislike button on the way out. See ya. Get out of here with that nonsense. God told me not to love gay people. Really? 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 Listen, if you've got voices in your head, maybe you need to go see a psychologist. No, just somebody in the chat being stupid. People who say Jeff going to hell for calling God Jod. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. It's his Jod. Where how God made us. Don't blame us. He made us with the rainbow clay. I was born with the rainbow in my heart. You actually bring up a really good point, Snack, right? Like, if God made us each, like, after his own image, then he made the trans and the gay people too, right? It's not like it's not a freaking test. It's not a test. I don't believe in that. That's like the biggest aspect of the Bible that like really pisses me off, right? Like if this God is all loving and all caring and made us after his image and made us with all of his flaws, right? Why would he punish us? Why would he punish us? That doesn't make any sense. Get out of here with your moldy old tome and like archaic ideas that don't apply to like in the year 2026. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work anymore. Evolve your thinking. I'm gonna start saying John from now on. Thank God I'm an atheist. Oh my God, I love that. Thank God I'm an atheist too. Actually, I'm more agnostic, but you know. Biblical Yowie time. Ever heard of David? Listen, listen. There's a lot of interesting stories in the Bible, right? And I gotta be real with you. I think a lot of them are made up, right? I'm pretty sure most of them are. How many times has that book been translated over the course of thousands of years? How do we know for sure that people didn't just start changing the stories around or changing the facts? Do we know for sure? Who wrote these things originally? Does anybody ever question this? Right? This book has been translated how many times over how many different languages now? Who is to say that the person in the Middle Ages wasn't like, I don't know, I don't really like that. I'm just gonna, we're just gonna rewrite it like this since I'm the one in charge of the printing press. I don't know. Has anybody ever like thought about that before? I've thought about it and I'm just like, where did this information actually come from? We take it like so seriously, but then we never actually like question the fundamentals. Wait, who are you ranting on? Just some idiot I've already banned from the chat. They came in swinging saying, I'm not gay, I believe in God. And I'm like, yeah, well, great. You can get the hell out of here. You already started off on the wrong foot with me. This isn't your platform for free speech. This is my YouTube channel. I get to kick people out that I don't agree with. Some people would call that power tripping. I call it moderating. I was kind of hardcore atheist. That was transphobic, but now I'm an atheist that likes all religions if they respect people. So I do have respect for people's like religion within reason. I question the logic of religion, but if somebody is like, I am a like believer in God and that's my thing, but I still respect everybody and I still love everybody and they're not bigoted in any way. Like my mom is one of those people. She's not bigoted. She loves the LGBTQ community, right? She has 2 trans daughters. She still believes in God. She still prays and goes to church, right? So like you can believe in religion and also accept gay people. They're not mutually exclusive. A lot of my issue with religion is the logic behind it. It's the source of the information, right? I question a lot about like where the scripture came from. Because like if you look at history, right? A lot of historical accounts are also questionably accurate as well, because we have maybe one source and it's just some random person's like written account of what they saw happen. And that's it. So we have to take it at their face value that whatever information they wrote down was what actually happened during that period of time. And it's like, I don't know if anybody's ever done that with like the scripture, but they should. I'm not gay either. Yes, Thomas, but you haven't like come out here to make it a point, right? You're not out here, like, that's not your first introduction to our community. I'm not gay. I'm not gay, and I believe in God. You could argue that free speech should apply to big social media platforms, but it absolutely doesn't for individual people and their communities. That is exactly what I'm talking about, Thomas. This is a community chatting space, right? This is for the community. This is not... Like, other people from outside of YouTube are welcome to come in here. They're welcome to participate. They're even welcome to become part of the community. But I am not going to let somebody come in here and just be like, I'm not gay, I believe in God, and then start like a tizzy in my live stream chat. Absolutely not. No way. Go somewhere else and debate the merits of that. Reddit's a great place for that. You wanna have stupid, pointless arguments with strangers on the internet? Go to Reddit. Go to Reddit. Get out of my chat. I don't want you here. Classic religious whoopsie of their omnipotent God needing protection. God literally said he made the mute, the seeing, and the blind, and all people are equally in his eye, that nobody should be distracted agents, but people only follow about 15% of what the Bible said. I'm pretty sure Jesus said, turn thy cheek. That's really good advice, right? Just turn thy cheek. If it bothers you, just don't look at it, right? If it's not actually hurting you, just don't look. If two men kissing bothers you, don't look at it. That's it, right? It's an easy solution. Right? Now, that doesn't bother me at all. If two men want to start kissing, I'm just going to be like, oh, they're in love, right? That doesn't bother me. But, like, I can understand that some people don't want to see that. So just don't. Just turn thy cheek, right? I think that was, like, one of the best pieces of advice that did survive the scripture. I believe in a creator, but I reject the depictions of God from Abrahamic religion, since they just justify cruelty. That is a really good phrasing. I also agree with you, too. Dark Raven, my brother. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for the gift memberships, cutie. Head pats for you. I hope you're doing well. I saw the update. I haven't had a chance to dig into it yet. I'm really excited to, like, see what they did with, like, your sound effects and music. Seriously, if being gay goes against what God wants, why does being gay exist in the first place? Exactly, Paragon. It's like me and you are sharing a brain on this. Ray and I would happily go into an endless argument just to defend you or defend the trans community. I'm trans, but I would still defend you. Aw, Greta, you're so sweet. You don't have to defend me, though. Don't worry. I'm a cat girl with claws. I could defend myself. Actually, it wouldn't be my first rodeo. Do you think... I've been on YouTube for a little while now. Do you think people haven't tried to, like, do some really crazy shit to me already? The stuff that you all don't know, that I don't talk about, that I actually am like, wow. There are some things that have happened in the background. Yeah. People have taken their shot at Rain before. And it's like, I don't even know why they did the things they wanted to do to me. Because, like, it's not like I go out of my way to start problems with anybody. Well, I'll tell you the specific reason for one of them. I rejected their advances. That was the issue for one of them. They were like, I really like you. And I'm like, I just want to be friends. And they're like, but I don't want to be friends with you. And it's like, ooh. Oh. We're going to have a problem here, aren't we? And we sure did. To be entirely fair, evolution was just used to justify eugenics. I don't entirely disagree, since the whole point of religion is unchecked belief, but still, ideas may warp to support your pre-existing beliefs. That is a good point to bring up as well, right? And I think, like, that's kind of why I like science a little bit more, though, is because at least in science, when we come to new conclusions or new information or data presents itself, usually the scientific community is ready to like update their conclusions with new facts and information and have new debates about that and about the merits of whether or not that new information is actually valid and relevant. But you don't see that in like, you don't see that with like religion and a lot of other things. Ratskill, welcome to the stream. Hello, how are you? I'm doing all right. How are you doing today? We believe in God, not the church. I can respect that. And obviously, like floating away today, you're a very kind individual, right? You believe that all people are valid, right? Like I said, you can believe that all people are valid and have a belief in like the God of your choosing, right? Like those two concepts don't need to be like mutually exclusive. Well, I mean, you're supposed to change your mind when you have new... I really try to do my best not to let my biases get in the way of, like, certain things. But, like, any human, I'm, like... I fall for that sometimes, too. Like, I let my preconceived notions sometimes get in the way of, like, proper thinking. But I do it less. I'm more observant of that behavior now. And I, like, try to correct for it when I pick it up. Like, when I see it in my... Like, when I see it for myself. Like, I really try to, like, reflect on the things I say and do and go, well, am I just, like, being biased against that? Maybe I should try again, right? Maybe it just didn't work out for me the first time. I don't know. WTF, a squirrel just walked across my window. Oh, no! Anna! That's terrible. Good thing it was on the outside. You can just get a hose and just spray the window off or something. I don't know. Get a bucket of water and just splash it on the glass. Pita bread in the oven. Let's see if it turned out well. I'm super excited. Definitely post it in the food blog. I'm doing great. Went for a nice walk today. It's so great. I used to love going for walks and bicycle rides. I don't do that too much anymore these days, though, unfortunately. But that used to be, like, one of my favorite things to do on the weekend. Actually, the reason why I wasn't a content creator before my accident is because I was camping. I was out, like, doing bicycle rides or going out for runs or hiking or going to, like, a state park. Like, I was never really online before. I'm, like, chronically online now because of, like, my disability, right? But before, I was very much offline. That's why it basically didn't really exist for anybody until, like, after the accident. It's not that I didn't exist. I wasn't really on the internet like that. Like I said, I had my Reddit account and that was it. That's all I really did. That was the internet for me. It's like sometimes check Reddit. Click some cool websites, I guess. I don't know, watch some YouTube. That's like basically all I did online. Yeah, I mean, Iron Mouse can't leave the house, period, yet she has a fulfilling life thanks to the internet. She's really fortunate. I really hope one day I can get into a position. Thankfully, I'm also more fortunate than Iron Mouse. I have the ability to actually leave the house. Like, I have a wheelchair, right? But, like, there's still a mountain of issues that I have to deal with. And, like... I don't know. Like I said, I don't like to bring up finances on stream, right? But it's like my financial situation is still not great, right? It's still not great. I have still been applying to jobs, and I still have been getting rejected. All right, here's a fun fact for you. They won't let me apply to Walmart anymore. They've rejected me as a cashier so many times because they don't want to hire somebody with a walking disability, with like a movement disability, that I can't even apply for that position anymore because they won't even respond to my application to get me to stop. I've been rejected for that same position 10 times now. 10 times. They don't want to hire somebody who has a disability. And of course, I'm honest about it when I fill out the application. When they ask to acknowledge if I have a disability or a pre-existing condition, I say yes because I can't lie to them about that stuff. What am I supposed to do? Show up to the job interview in a wheelchair and just be like, oh, tee-hee, I forgot. But, like, I deal with other issues. I can relate to a lot of what she deals with, though, because I do spend more time inside these days than I do on it, like on the outside world, and it makes me really sad. I do crash out about it from time to time. I had a pretty bad crash out like 2 weeks ago about it. Not my best showing. Not my best showing. I'm very stubborn. There is like a point when you start seeing like the Marine Corps in me come out, and I'm like, no, I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. I want to go outside. I want to get to the bus stop all by myself. Nobody help me. Nobody touch me, right? I do get a little a little difficult sometimes. Yes, I'm very fortunate to be able-bodied. And cherish that for as long as you can. Because like I said, and I brought this up multiple times, Zookeeper, but I didn't wake up that morning thinking that the rest of my life was going to change or that my life was potentially going to be over that day, right? I just woke up and thought it was a normal day. You really never know when these things are going to happen, right? So like when we say cherish your life, cherish the things you have today, I'm not joking when I'm saying like, it could just happen, and there's not going to be, like, a sign or a feeling. It's not like a movie, right, where, like, the music starts getting really dramatic, right, and there's, like, foreshadowing. There was no foreshadowing, right? My morning that morning was the same as every other morning that I'd had before. If you lived in Europe, you'd probably be able to leave the house much easier. I agree. Just, like, I can't move countries at this point. That's just, like, that's too... I don't even have the money for that, not to mention the logistics is insane for that. I have lived in another country before. I know what the process is like. There's no way that's gonna happen. Not at least not now. Maybe in the future. Currently hiding little ducks around my house. You have little ducks! You would imagine a cashier is a role that doesn't... Yeah, you would think, right? And I see them give stools to people, but, like, I think they don't want to hire me because then I can't do other stuff like stocking and, like, I can't float around and do other tasks. I can only do that one particular task. So I think they don't want to hire me. Everybody's got to be a jack of all trades. You got to be able to stock. Oh, we need you on frozen, right? We need you to go, like, unload this truck, right? Get off the cash register and go help with this particular chore. And, like, they can't do that with me because, like, the tasks you can give me are limited to, like, what I'm able to do in my wheelchair. Which is mostly, like, cashiering, paperwork, computer stuff, answering phones, right? Like, I could do a lot of that kind of, like, office work, right? Or I could do something at a cash register. I'm fine for that. I can't find a part-time job to save my goddamn life, though. I really can't. I really can't. And this is not a lack of... Like, I am not joking, too. Like, I have been trying. I've even sent cover letters to some companies where I'm like, will you please just pick up the phone and have an actual conversation with me? Like, I actually start the letter off with, please, I'm really looking for a genuine opportunity. I would really appreciate a call so that we could discuss everything. No phone calls, no follow-ups, no emails, nothing. I get a couple of, like, people that I'll talk to and it just never really goes anywhere. And it's because, like, honestly, it's because I am looking for part-time work. I think if I switched over to looking for full-time, that would be a different experience for me. But, like, I'm really trying not to get into full-time work. Full-time work was the reason why I quit my job originally. I can't handle that many working hours in a week. I really need a part-time job that's only a couple days a week. That's, like, my big issue there. I can't handle it. I physically cannot handle working that much. I cannot do a 40 hours a week. I could do maybe 20 hours a week at a part-time job. I thought the ADA protects disabled folks from... yeah. Yeah. The ADA doesn't do as much as you think, right? And, like, here's the thing. That would protect me if they were like, we're not hiring you specifically because you're in a wheelchair. What they just say is, we've decided to go with a more qualified candidate, and that's it. That's all they need to say. Or they don't need to tell you anything at all. They haven't broken the law until they specifically discriminate against you. USA is the country of white nationalism that only ever you're very right on that, unfortunately, Paragon. But not for long. Listen, they are waning in support and in numbers. The tide seems to be turning on that. But it is something that we really do need to address after this is all said and done. Like, we really need to nip that in the bud once and for all. I'm not going to act like us Europeans are innocent little angels, but Jesus Christ, America's a hellhole sometimes. You are not wrong. It is awful here. It is awful trying to get food assistance here. I've been waiting a while for food assistance. That's taking a long time. I've been rejected twice from Social Security disability because apparently having a giant plate in my hip and getting hit by a pickup truck doesn't qualify me for disability, even though I use a wheelchair and I have a giant lip and like I've lost feeling in half of my left thigh, right? And I'm in chronic pain all the time. Apparently, I'm still not disabled. Apparently, in the eyes of the U.S. government, I'm not disabled. Or at least I'm not disabled enough to qualify for disability. I've hidden 50 little ducks for people to find. That's so cute. Y'all, capitalism is a fully functional economic system with totally different... with a totally efficient resource distribution model. A system, I imagine, is one of the unconditionally gives you the basics and rest you have to work for. Unfortunately, nothing like that is happening anytime soon. It's like here in the UK, when they won't take older people, they don't say that's why. Just the job went to a better qualified... Crazy Krita, you're nailing it. That's exactly what they say to me, too. We just went with a better qualified candidate. We need to get rid of this capitalism shit and figure out a better system. I'm all for it. But yeah, I can tell you for a fact, you would be able to get a job somewhere in Europe. I think so too. But like the worst part about it is I live in a very progressive left-leaning state. So like, I thought my odds here would be better than that. Unrelated, but you can hear that Rain is older than 25 in her laugh. Oh no! My laugh is the thing that gives me away. I'm gonna have to do more tee-heeing. Tee-hee, tee-hee. Tee-hee, tee-hee. Now you can't tell. Oh goodness. In Russia, having visual impairment is enough to qualify you for disability? Like, really? Because obviously they want you to break your own legs even more. Yeah, I mean, if it was up to the government, I'd just go back to work full time. Yep, you could you just go learn a new skill. You'll be fine. Walk it off. You'll figure it out eventually, right? American government loves it. It took me, I'm not even joking, Snack. I ordered a full, unredacted copy of my paperwork from when I served in the Marine Corps, and I shit you not, it took them 2 years to send it to me. 2 years. 2 years. That is unacceptable. 2 years to get a copy of all, but I have it. I do eventually have it. I've got every single page of my military folder. I've got a copy of it. Unredacted, thankfully. I had somebody, I was applying to a job, and they're like, you need to upload a copy of your DD-214 to prove your veteran status. And I was like, absolutely not. Are you freaking insane? I am not giving you one of the most crucial pieces of government documents to prove my military service just randomly because you want to confirm I'm a veteran. I've got veteran status on my driver's license. You want to confirm I'm a veteran? Just check my goddamn ID. I hate that crap. Drives me crazy. And the last time I went to the Home Depot, oh my God. I don't usually make a stink in the store. right? But like Home Depot offers a 10% veterans discount, right? And I didn't bring my military ID, like my veterans ID card with me to the store, right? I brought my driver's license because that also says that I'm a veteran on it, right? And the manager there was like, I can't give you this discount because we don't accept that as like a qualifying ID for veteran status. And I'm like, are you shitting me? It's a driver's license. It's a state officiated driver's license. You're not going to accept this? Like, I had to submit the documents to the state to get it verified. That's how you get like the veterans license plates and crap like that, right? Like, it blows my mind that Home Depot's like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, your government issued ID is still not good enough for this 10% discount. Stop being so greedy. All I'm getting is like the sales tax knocked off of my like purchase anyways. Frickin' just pay my sales tax and deal with it. You also, you know you're in the right when like the customers in the line are just like, give her the discount. Like, what the hell? Like, this shouldn't even be an argument. Why would they redact your own paperwork? There are parts of it that do get redacted for reasons of sharing it with like a company and stuff like that. Like, there are reasons why I would want to share a copy of my DD-214. But let's say there are certain parts of the information I don't want you to see on it. I can have that redacted out. They can also redact out parts that they don't want like the general public to see. I do redact some of my documents when I share them. I won't just like upload a raw copy of my DD-214, right? Like, there are parts of it that I do redact out because I just don't think it's relevant for anybody to know that information. There are a few pieces of key information you need from that document. I know what they are, and everything else really isn't your business. You don't need to know what's on my military service record. What you need to know is that I had an honorable discharge from the service. And these were my service dates, and this is my legal name to be associated with all of that. That's really all anybody needs to know. They don't need they don't need to know my specific military training. They don't need to know my medals. They don't need to know any of that other information. The most important thing is that I got an honorable discharge. That's all anybody needs to know. What's a DD-214? It's your discharge paperwork that states like what you did during your military service. And it also states like what you're like basically like what was the condition of your service? Like, was it honorable? Was it other than honorable? Was it a dishonorable service, right? Like, did you get kicked out? That would be like a dishonorable service, right? So if you needed to prove that you really were like discharged honorably from the military, that's the paperwork that says, yeah, no, I got an honorable discharge. Okay, we have now officially crossed over the 3-hour mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap up the live stream for here today. This was a lot of fun. So for those of you who missed the beginning of the stream, missed some of the updates, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be wrapping up the last 2 games that I started on live stream. So we're going to still be doing Amori for the rest of this week until we finish Amori. I'm also going to be finishing Subnautica. Hopefully, we'll see if we can finish Amori this week or next week, but those are the last 2 games that we're going to be doing on live stream. Then I'm going to be switching to chatting and art streams going forward for a bit. And I'm going to be starting... I've already done it for 2 weeks now. Every week there's going to be a new gaming video coming out on the channel. So please go check those videos out if you haven't already. It really does help me out. When you go there, you interact with them, you watch them, you like them, yada, yada, yada. I've already said it a bunch of times. Blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares, right? Like, all right, I think you all get the point. Before I go, I do like to say a very special thank you to everybody who's been so supportive, especially to Lemon Zest and to ZT, who helped finish off last month's goal on the 2nd day of this month so that I could finally start off fresh. Special shout out to you too, cuties. That really made my morning. But to all of you, from the bottom of my heart to yours, thank you so much. But with all of that out of the way, thank you all so much for joining me for this live stream. And I hope everyone out there has a wonderful day. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Head pats in the chat for floating away today for trying to sneak in 5 gift memberships at the end there. Nice try, cutie. You're going to have to time it out a little bit better next time. All right. Now I'm going to officially sign off. Have a wonderful day, everyone.